no for go alone, yeah. Sweet, sweet kiss, how I live out. No for go alone. You take it from Peter to Teo, Paul will take it from you tomorrow, mama. Sweet, sweet, living is sweet, oh, whether rich or poor. Why not pray for long fellow? He can pray for long life. As long as they live, you know, the better we grow. Fine, power is fine, oh, it can make you heavy. It's just like a brook, you know, a way to capsize. Sweet, sweet kiss our liver. No for go alone. He must be can eat it, or a picture can eat it. Kiss our oh, sweet kiss our oh. No for go alone. You take it from Peter today, or Paul will take it from you tomorrow, mama. You take it from me right today, or mother will take it from you tomorrow. Fine, oh, fine, may in your favor. Well, people do to you, you going to cry. Hard enough for one person, oh, it's a matter of time. Hard time is a lesson, yeah, brother, this I had. Sweet kiss our liver, not for go alone, mama. Human being can eat it, oh, the deer can eat it. Cause our liver. Sweet is our liver, no for go alone. Human beings can eat it, or a creature eat it too. Sweet, sweet, living is sweet, oh, whether rich or poor. Why not pray for long fellow? He can pray for long life. As long as they living, the better we grow. You take it from me right today, oh, Mira will take it from you tomorrow, mama. Hey, you take it from Peter today, oh, Paul will take it from you tomorrow. Fine, power is fine, oh, it can make you heavy. Looking like a crook, you know, a way to capsize. Kesawali, mama, no for go alone. Why don't pray for long fellow? He always pray for long life. As long as they living, the better we grow, my people. Sweet, sweet kiss our liver, no for go alone. After not for one person, oh, it's a matter of time, papa. After is a lesson, yeah, brother, this I had. I'm about the way, let me where my way gone. Be your woe, I'm about the way.
Masisi akwa bete henju dia seko son yame ibaka so me kwa kuri ko ada me yabo Kwada me yabo yanu. Kwada me yabo. Kwada me yabo. Me kwa brudike. Kwada me yabo. Kwada me yabo yabo. Kwada me yabo. Kwada me sege yanu. Kwada me yabo. Soya me da me yabo. Kwada me yabo. Yabo. Kwada me yabo yanu. Kwada me yabo. Ido tele be ko be kaba. Kwada me yabo. La douceur zaza usuiba. Mais sur le yane jizaka gabiele. Jido comme ça. Ko Babylon ne de ku no jizako ye. Ko blusa obe wo togane. Ja o chien comme. I go be chien comme. Ça va bien comme peu. Apa ou comme. Il y a qui comme. Ko que a son comme. Papa Sada comme. Achelo comme peu. Kodo ilu comme. Il y a ça comme. Ye gongle maté comme. Je connais comme peu. Mais on jose comme. Me le bon jose comme. Me le bon jose comme. Et je ne sais quoi ma yo.
Que se me cae tan
Kwada me yabo. 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 Kwada me yabo.
Te gusta lo que gane, soya ya punta esie. Pata me ya satine, ya sota sepo. Tiara boy, ya manase numbo kanu. Mi amplese po, akbano wia ya vipo. Soya ya punta esie. Mesa me wanu papio. Tu me no wada papio, na poto tlakadera de blu. Tiara boy, ya manase numbo wawa. Me kwado kare mo wone ye kwe Jésus Christ po. Ya tlana no kwado wawa. Mi akwayo. Ego betelem, la no bonu sonu. Non me kwa pibison, kwada me yabo. Ah kwada wete pepe ya kwa lapo. Waka wasa nemple diaru. Ni ba me kwa yo mu kare ase ne bone sedi me ko. Mi ane de kusen go kan ye bone o. Non me kwa yo ti.
Poisson, kwada me yabo. 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 Yabo eje yabo. Zo jinsabe Jésus Christ no me adene kwa ye kane. So se mereto unse awogo sika kayansu ye kapie dia o. Ko wa do gbedo fure. Ye toi pas mere pa. Sububa pigwe ekubo. Sububa pigwe ekabo. Kaso kwanu wa ye ne ye ka yanka gongo biese ye demia. So se be ye ko frosa so ye la konka. De ya mere ye kwabe. Ye so ta ye pone. Nga mere to plan mere so le ya ko le toi la yaka. Para ka ye tonne wo bo we ba la bo bien sinde. Ala ko gbe sinde. O me ba kara kudo. Jose ye pe so ta si aye do ye. Ye ga ija pa pie ye. Ye para ye ku ye para de be. So sa konsuo. Ku me rasibe so pusa no se ba ku be da mo. Ye do da no konza ka bo da de Emmanuel. Ye do eja suda kwada me yabo. Ye do so ya me suda kwada me yabo. Me ye do me no suda kwada me yabo. Apr kwada me yabo. Kwada me yabo. Kwada me yabo.
E blanco kwayo.
Kwada me yabo.
Me no ni bare bo wa ye pone.
Kwada me yabo.
Kwada me kwayo mu.
Kwada me yabo.
Me no se kwa bo kan yabo.
Kwada me yabo.
Kwada
me yabo.
Musala yelo de musa. Na wa yi pe kwa no me no wa yi pe. Ade bi ane ta mo yi wa. O mi Jésus-Christ, le sauveur de l'humanité. Nous sommes dans la joie. Ne vous êtes pas prisonnier. Voyons même boy Jésus-Christ, nous kwada. Aomia kwa glorique. Il est né de la Vierge Marie. Et les mages ont vu son étoile briller depuis les cieux. Et ils allaient l'adorer. Donc adorons-le. C'est notre sauveur. Jésus.
And so, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on location, where you're watching us from this time. Well, like I say, a warm welcome this evening to BKS Online TV, and welcome to the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. My name is Junior Payne, your regular host of the show. Of course, today is Saturday, September 20 AD 2025. Again, we'd like to say welcome to all of you. Those of you listening to us via radio, and those of you too following us on Facebook and YouTube, would like to say welcome to the show here this evening, and welcome to the most famous BKS TV and the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. On today's edition of the show, we're going to be hosting one of Nima County's songs. Mr. Edwin G. Corden, who served as the special aide to the Vice President of Liberia. And of course, Edwin is going to be our guest on the show here tonight. We're going to be discussing varieties of issues ranging from Nima unity to some issues within Nima currently, the one he can speak to, and of course, some national issues too as well, and maybe a little update from the Vice President office as to what are plans for citizens of Liberia. If you're just joining us, please help us to share the show with somebody and let somebody share with another person so that we can have a wonderful, wonderful conversation here this evening. It's 11 minutes past 8 o'clock in Liberia, and we'd like to say welcome to all of you. Let's try to recognize some of our followers watching us this evening. Junior B. Kwa, watching from Bon County. He says, proud son of the district, two sons of Nima. Okay, great. Junior, welcome to the show this evening. How you doing, my brother? If you're watching us, please comment in the comment section where you're watching us from, and let's send you greetings this evening. If you're celebrating your birthday today, we'd like to say happy birthday treat to you from the management and staff of VIX platform. And those of you too celebrating graduation today, wedding anniversary, we'd like to say congratulations to you. We celebrate with you in a very grand style here too as well. And those of you wishing to celebrate your birthdays in times to come, we'd like to say a pre-birthday shout out to all of you. And those of you too who have already celebrated your birthdays, would like to say a belated birthday treat to you too as well. Titus Kelvin Mackay, he says he's joining us from Turkey. Titus, hi, Turkey this evening. Welcome to the show, my brother. Emmanuel Ban also watching us from Peace Avenue Community, Ganta City. Emmanuel, welcome to the show this evening. Yam Masakoi, watching us from ERW Rehab. Takpo B. Sewa also watching us this evening from Monrovia. Takpo, welcome to the show. How you doing, my brother? And the panelists are joining us in the back gradually. The CEO is in the back. I know he's coming to talk about Man United victory over Chelsea today, but we're going to keep him in the back. We're going to keep him there today. He's not joining the show. we protect our own safety. We're protecting our own safety here. We're not going to bring the CEO on the show there. He can't start telling us how they play a spectacular game today. That one is not happening on the show. Chris Gata following us from San Nicola. Chris, how you doing this evening? Welcome to the show, my brother. Shadrach G. Tobe, the change agent from Blow Down Play. How you doing, my brother? Welcome to the show.
Good evening, Junior, Bucho Ambassador.
Yeah.
I'm proud to be ambassador of Blue Downplay. Thank you so much for the time.
I'm proud to be an ambassador of Butu. Welcome, Achi. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening to our followers. Good afternoon, good morning, based on your location. And this evening, we welcome you in Buffet to follow us, share the show. Let's share together and discuss our country together. Thank you.
Welcome, my brother. Let's hear you shortly. What's on your mind, Chief?
Junior, thank you. So this evening, on my normal routine, teaching attitude, starting with our lawmakers. You know, we have to do all work together in respect and counting on each other to build our country. I see why Senator Twain wrote on a Facebook page about a luxury trip to Lima because the man in which I don't know what is by law or not. Even if there's no law that when it's committing on a particular entity visiting another county for inspection of concession sites, even if there's no law or it's not mandatory, but respect say the county has caucus no chair by a chair for that caucus members. So for respect say, if visit the poor county, just right there, gentlemen will be there by next week or this week. Respect the confession site based on our function, they will give it to us. Other guys who went to Nema without informing any of the lawmakers from Nema, even the superintendent for the county, who's going to receive them? Who is the person that, should in case there was an issue, they will report to or they will call upon? Is the superintendent first, the county caucus, and other local authorities. So if you go in the county without informing the county caucus and the superintendent county, no local authority, I see as some of their respect to the county as large. I'm not saying it's a law that you're forced to write them, but in respect, for respect's sake, there should be a communication that we will be there for so purpose. Simple. Then you make it cooperative attitude. So far so good. We are waiting to see one of our brothers, his sons from Nema, in person of Edwin Corden, who will be our guest from there to share with us what experience in politics and from the office of the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. So thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, Shadrach. Thank you so much. I mean, this issue of senators visiting Nima, we will have to discuss it on the show a bit lengthily here tonight. I want to agree with you 100% that those senators who visited the county today without informing members of the caucus of the county and just went there on their own to just inspect. This is a good initiative, but you're not living with the people. You're not going on ArcelorMittal site. There is one thing we need to take into consideration about this ArcelorMittal thing. Some of us that have been following it for ages now, when senators or any other high profile personality plan a trip to those concession areas, you realize that everything will be intact. A common example is when the president visited Yekipa recently. You saw all of the potholes that were on the roads, all of them, they were being patched by ArcelorMittal Liberia. For decades, they didn't patch those potholes. But because the president was visiting that place, they did the same thing. They went and started patching potholes. Now, if you, senator from Lofa County, from Montserrado County, go to a county that is affected, and they are complaining of these people, and these people know fully whether you are coming, the first thing that they will do is that They will go about to settle all of the wrong things that they've been doing. When you go on the concession side, you only see all the right, you don't see the wrong. You don't see the wrong. People have been complaining of polluted waters in Yekepa. I bet Asila Mental Executive didn't take them to all of those sewage camps they have. So by virtue of respect, by virtue of dignity, they should have written the Nima County Caucus. I know this lies in your purview. This is your oversight responsibility. But again, these are the people affected. You cannot be going to them to solve their issues. Then you leave them behind and you go there, you say, oh, we're going to inspect. And nobody knew that they were going. It was only because Senator Twain raised the alarm last night. That's when you saw they started posting on Facebook saying that, okay, our going is not in hiding. We are going there to inspect. It is part of our responsibility. We agree it is part of your responsibility. But do you know how many people live in Yekepa and its environs? Do you know the people that are living in Liagbada that are suffering from safe drinking water? Do you know the people that are living in Zolowi suffering from water? Do you know the people living in Makento 1 and 2? It's sad for us. Do you know the people that are living in Zogaipa? That Asila Mental is operating there on a daily basis, and when they blast, you realize that schools in that place are affected. Did you go there too, or you just went on the mind to visit office to office? We got to be clear with the issue. We need to be very, very clear with the issue. This thing, I think it is a gross disrespect to the Nima Caucus now. We need to say it. First time it happened, the president visited the county without the caucus being written, and they went there on their own, dedicated a project, dedicated a $1 billion project according to them, and the caucus members were not there. These are people that the Nima people elect them to speak for them. To speak for them. Or we want to resort to the same 2007 MDA amendment where Asila Mental divide pickups, jeeps on lawmakers around here. Is that where the lawmakers want us to resort to? It's bad. It is definitely bad. And I think this is the time that our elders needs to come out to speak. Because the people that you sent to represent you, they are being disrespected on a daily basis. When something happened at Asila Mental concession area between the affected communities and Asila Mental, when something happened between them, they don't go to South Joseph. They don't go to those senators that are in Monserrato. They take their cries to their representative and their senators. So these are people that understands the cry of the people. These are people that know what the people going through. So if you are going there to inspect the mine, and these people are raising concern, they are saying waters are being polluted. Asila Mental doesn't have any sewage camp. All of their sewages are dumped in the river. And you're going to inspect the mine, you don't go with them for them to show you where something happening, and you just went there because you are chairing a committee. But how do we grow as a country? How do we move forward as a country when we are not working together collaboratively?
Yeah, man. Even you coming from the Senate, you get 2 senators from the county as well. Besides the 2 senators, you get a certain lawmaker from that district 3, you're going to. Besides that, you have the county superintendent and other local authorities in that particular area. Couldn't inform even one of the authorities that you will be the candidate as so pointer or XYZ. That's my other point. I'm not saying they were false or right, but for respect's sake, you're from Grand Crew, you're from Grand Jude, you're from K-Mount, you're from Monserrato, you're on a committee, and no maker from Nema on that committee. Let's take for that as example. If you try to that county, even for your own safety, also for respect's sake, write the county authority, we will be the county as so time for so purpose. We need your presence. That's making no transparent or no way accountability. Not why were you going to the country without announcing yourself? For why reason? You are official of the country. You are lawmaker, certain lawmaker. Everybody respects you. Just inform your colleagues that we will be there at so time. Simple. Let's see why Senator Twain will go beyond that and say you going for a luxury trip or XYZ because of the manner in which it was you portray the way you portray the situation. That's how it came out that way. And I agree with him. I agree with him. You can't take your colleagues just like they are nobody. Even though it's not by law to say when you're going to John Brown County, it force the right thing, but be special for collaboration and accountability, right other people that I will be your host tomorrow. You can come to my home informing me. Who opened doors for you? Who gave out the dream? So you get your first stone to know who talk about.
Shadrach, these people were not going on pleasure visit. They were going on an official visit. And it is not something they say they are going to settle some kind of dispute. They were going for a tour to the concession area. Now, there have been people complaining about these companies. And you going to the company's site, you're not inviting the people that are complaining. You just go there on your own. Then after inspection, your transportation reimbursement is given to you. You leave quietly, you go to Monrovia, and the people still sitting there suffering from diarrhea because of their waters are polluted. And those people who are representing them, you kick them out of it. Senator Twain raised this issue earlier on, and I think this is where we are resolving to. Other counties have more lawmakers. Other counties have, like Masurado has the highest lawmakers. So if they go in Kohu, whatever MPA amendment deal that will go to them, they will sign it. This just means that the people are not working in the interest of the Liberian people. I mean, if you're not going there to do anything different, you going there to inspect, why can't you invite one or two senators? You got the governor of the county is there. You didn't even write her a communication. And you just marched there. But anyways, my brother Steve, I will take good evening and welcome to the show this evening. How you doing, Chief?
Yeah, I'm okay, John.
Let's hear you what's on your mind. I know you guys jubilating today. We're not blaming you.
You know,
we blame Robert Sanchez for having red card.
It's a pleasure to be back. Manchester United, you know, for us winning is now a surprise to us.
Oh, that's trouble.
It's a normal phenomenon for Manchester United. That's the queen of, you know, when they say champion.
Look at what do we see at the next way? They now wear when you keep a thing.
Have a man you been there yet tonight?
Yeah, so like I was saying, I mean, it was a good win for us, you know, but gradually we will get there. You know, Gio, I listened to you and Sadra on your analysis. In my own opinion, as an Imbayan and Liberian, I think the visitation of the lawmakers today were, you know, one thing Liberians would need to slow down is the issue of speculation. That's very dangerous. And I'm not saying they're going without informing the rest of the caucus members that are in the country they were right. No, for me, I totally disagree with them for that. Because you cannot go to your colleague country. If that were done, then of course, you know, the caucus too would need to approach them on that. But on the overall, I think the senators that went to Mita today, from their prayer release from the Senate press bureau, it was clearly stated that it was a joint, committee lawmakers that are responsible, on lands, mines.
We got to get.
The guest is already in the back.
Yeah,
Lorena will have your what's on your mind later. But that press release came out when Senator Twain spoke last night, and the press release came out.
No, but you should wait. I mean less more now. You can be.
We'll come back to that issue.
Bring our guests up.
We'll come back to that issue. It's all, man. Good evening, Chief. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Gina. Good evening from my end, and good afternoon to my big brother Avins. And I think it's good being here.
It's great having you on the show this evening, Chief. I
You
mean,
know,
I got.
let me hold you there for a second. You know, but being a popular man, so why we are growing our platform, so we need his help. And the way the help we need from him tonight is to help us share this show on his page. The man get plenty followers.
You don't have issue.
Yeah, so
You don't have issue, no problem.
yeah, please do that for us, then we can
You
continue
don't,
our show.
you don't have issue, no problem. Let me share it right now.
You see, he's very strategic. He brought his knee, just put Edwin G. Corden. So I had to go to put on our Edwin G. Corden behind it, so that the people will know. Say, yeah, that's small way we get sit on
But funny story though, I think Edwin will speak to it. You know, when I was facing the flyer, I went the first one I faced, I put Mr. Edwin Corden, right? Then after when you post that on our page, you put an honorable Edwin Corden. I said, oh, I can't get in trouble. Y'all. Let me go back and go redo the flyer. So I redid the flyer. I switched it from Mr. to honorable, and I sent it to him, and he was laughing about it. But I thought that was a funny joke.
Yeah, but I think
the issue
it's
with
good having him. Mm-hmm.
the issue with honorable and this and that. Anyway,
Now, if
but it's good
you
being
not
here.
get an honorable title, you can give it to me. Let me be handling it small. While later when you kind of get it from me, no problem, Chief. I can
You
handle
can-
it for you for today.
You can even take it perpetually. I'm Edwin Corden. I'm not seeing Corden, who was just yesterday in Ganta and here today. So nothing big here. Those who know me know things just the same Edwin Corden.
Great.
There's
Now,
nothing big here.
so we've gone almost 30 minutes into the show. Let's get to you now. Tell us your name. For me, I know you. Tell us your name, where you hail from, and tell us a little bit about your success story that can motivate our young folks nowadays, because you are a very young man and you are sitting gradually in life. So I think it would be better that you just give us a little overview of who you are and what is carrying you to this position that you are today, and what are you anticipating in the next maybe 5 or 6 years from now. Where do you see yourself as Edwin G. Corden?
Okay, so like you said, my name is Edwin G. Corden, and I was born and bred in a town. People can call my town village. It's not a village. In a town at the Liberian Ivorian border in Zor. And my town name is Guaguatu. Grew up there, attended my primary education. That's exactly from ABC to 6th grade. Moved to Ganta, went to the United Liberia Inline Church Academy. That's the Uleka in Ganta. In 10th grade, went to the John Wesley Pearson High School, where I remained and graduated. I went to the Liberia International Christian College in Ganta, where I got an associate degree. And I'm currently a graduating senior. In fact, I'm just waiting for my graduation by November from the African Methodist Episcopal University. All through my life, I've always, in fact, even in the elementary school beyond or beside the academics, I've had an interest to be in leadership. So I grew back when I was in the 6th grade, though it was not an election, but the decision was made at the time based on grade point. They made me student council president for the school. That was in my hometown. And then those who know the record at the time in Ganta, Uleka, student politics was not really accepted. So when I was in the 9th grade, we fought and tried with the administration, and they lifted that, and I was the first elected president at that institution. And then we moved to JDPSC. I equally contested in the 12th grade, but I was defeated. In the 12th grade, I was defeated. So I've had an interest to be in the political space, in leadership, and all of that. When I was in the 8th grade, in 2010, the current leadership of, let's just say the FOG, I mean, that's the easy way to say it. That was the Friends of Jeremiah who had a particular event at the time called Excel Liberia. It was headed by Nelson C. Tayi Bryant. So they thought they would do a leadership summit for us at the time. And then to explore us, we had United Nations Day. Just the same way, the same thing that's happening currently at UNGA, where countries representation or presidents from different countries will come and present speeches, they come with their delegates and everything. So we were the delegate representing Somalia at the time. And there was a price tag and inland warning. And that was the first place I met Jeremiah Kuhn after hearing the name and everything. I mean, for me to just see him, though they were on the stage, that was the first time I laid eyes on him. And fast forward, 2011, I wanted to vote for him. My age could not permit me, my body size could not equally permit me, because there are people sometimes you 16, 17 years, but the body size you go report. Eventually they will agree. I remember I visited more than 3-4 different precincts. They deny me that, man, your age you cannot register. So I didn't vote for him in 2011. I was not active with that, but I was that guy sitting behind the scene and wanting to be closer to this man with all the different things we hear and all of that. Not until 2016, November 2, when a gentleman, an honorable man today, promised me after we've had different conversations at different levels in our community that I'm going to take you to the con so that you can know the guy, so that he can know you. So November 2, 2016, the current representative-elect Kotokwa Group took me to Honorable Kuhn. I was running my traffic, and I remember I was in Sunny Cole when he called me that evening and said, Honorable Kuhn is already on his way to Nima. I want for us to meet him tonight. As soon as I heard that call, I didn't wait for passenger. I got on the motorbike. I was running traffic. I got on the motorbike, came to Ganda to meet this Jeremiah Kuhn guy. I remember the exact words he told me that night. After Koto introduced me, Chief, this young man has been making effort to see you, for you to know him, for you to work together, but it has been difficult. He said, anytime, in fact, the first thing he said was, I see a lot in you as a young man, and I want for us to work together. From the first day, I might not know you like that, but anytime you hear me, Ganta, just come around. And that was like everything to me. So every time I hear Jeremiah in Ganta, whatever I'm doing, wherever I am, obviously I will go there. And then the relationship started growing. We went through the elections, 2017. 2018, right after the election, he made me his special assistant at the House of Representatives. But I was a special assistant who was not going to work. I would have been our Ganda special assistant by then. So I was special assistant. I was in Ganda and doing different hustles, including buying rubber and different small things we were doing in Ganta. Fast forward, we went to the Senate, the senatorial elections. We won. And he thought to make me at the time his legislative research analyst. We were there. 2023, we went to the elections, and we are here. And I'm privileged to serve with him as a special assistant. That's a little brief story about myself. And you say, how did we get here? I think number one is God. Number two is believing that we can be part of leadership. Coming way back from down the 6th grade, 9th grade, aspiring to be president for my school in 12th grade. And our commitment to along the line, how we've been committed and believing that this thing can work. This is workable. We can get there. And that's how we've been privileged and blessed to be here today. So God first and all other people following next. Thank you.
Great. So where do you see yourself in the next maybe 5 years from now?
Besides the 5 year there, I think the first answer there, your first statement, it answered the question about the tangible allegation from our brother Mark Blum, where he wrote on Facebook one time referred to you as one of his tangibles. I think I can follow. I can talk politics, but I can follow religiously. Yeah, but sorry, go ahead. I just meant to inject that little joke there.
Yeah, so you asked in the next 5 years, where do I see myself? Like I said, God first. In the next 5 years, I see myself in a category that I'll be making decisions for the country. I mean, I see myself on that table that I'll be making decisions for the country, giving my view as to what happened in the country. That's how I see it. In the next 5 years. Or even less than 5 years. It could also be more than 5 years. But I'm one person who believes that anything is workable. And my motivation comes as a result of where I came from and where God has helped us to be here today. And that's why if you go as far back as 2014, 2015, there's this quote, there's something I just believe in. You always see it, if I write it on my Facebook page, you'll see the greater good is ahead. It just a small phrase, but I'm one person that believe that wherever you are, there is no ceiling. You just gotta move. You just need to be patient and know that where you are, there's always that bigger space or spaces ahead that you can you go there. So if you go as far back as the post I made in 2015, 2016, 2017, you can come in forward, you see that you see the greater good is ahead.
Great.
So I don't believe in complacency.
Many young people in Liberia believe in you. Many want to be like you. Many want to be more than you. Now, what could be your word to them? Those that are struggling to be where you are today, those that are starving to be where you are today. What could be a word of motivation to them to keep them moving forward?
To motivate them, like I've told many of them. I mean, personally, if you come to where I live, every Saturday you get many different young people coming for different reasons, and some of them, they tell you they just want kind of to be around you. The first thing is anybody can be anybody. It's God, it's time, it's your conviction, and your commitment. Because I remember, I come from the background where whatever you think you think I'm doing today, whatever I'm into today, I'm the first person from that family to do a lot. Almost. I'm the guy from my family. Like many times when some of my friends are having conversations, especially in our class, I can tell them, I am my family Jeremiah Kun. Because I'm the first guy to do a lot. I'm the first guy to, in terms of plenty of things, in terms of going to school, in terms of a lot, I'm the first guy. And that's why, because of my background, because of the way I grew up, I've always seen some of these young people, some of the young people are in the area, I can see myself in them. I give you a practical example. When I was in the 9th grade, in the 7th grade, In I made 94% average the first semester they promoted me to the second semester they promoted me to 8th grade. In 8th grade, I made 95.2 average. In 9th grade, I got the wire fee at the time, I still remember it, 2,700 Liberian dollars. I couldn't afford to pay that to go for WAEC. And I've already known that I ain't going for WAEC. And then after 2 days, one of my instructors, Taros F. Yano, he lives in Ganta today. I think by God's grace, we got something for him. And he's currently doing it with, I think, KRTTR. I'm grateful to Minister Clifford Kuna, through whom we managed to get something for that Taros, who paid my WAEC fees at the time. After I've known that I ain't going for WAEC again with all the preparation and everything he paid for my WAEC fees. So coming from down there, I just tell all of my young people, anybody I meet, I ran motorbike. In fact, when I was running a motorbike in 2015, there was an attempt by criminals to either maybe take the motorbike from me or maybe to do something for me at the time. God first, we crossed that path. So they know me very well. I rode motorbike in Ganta as traffic. And then when we started doing small hustle and small things started coming in, I bought Apache as private bike to use. I used that bike for a long time. Brought a motorbike to Monrovia. Even at the Sunday doesn't know me to know. I used that motorbike. I bought the second one in 2022. And then I left on it and got one small car that I'm currently using from 2022 to today. So I can encourage any young man, any young person. And first, believe in God. Second, have that conviction that yes, it's possible. If Alvin Seka can do this one, I too can do it and can do it better than him. If this person can do this one, I can be like him. In fact, I can be more than him. Yeah.
Great. I know we will discuss politics, but I want us to know who really Edwin is. So let's discuss the entire surrounding of this thing. You are one of those few young people from Nima who always go back to give to his community, to give back to your people, especially the people from Zor, even though you give back to other communities, but you usually go back in Zor to give. What motivates you to do these things?
So my first motivation is I just believe that the same way I was a few years ago there are some children there like me, Edwin. So if I'm privileged to be here, I don't need to get millions of dollars before I reach out back. Remember, I just said to you, if it were not Taros here on 2,700 business, 2,700 LD, I would not have attended. I would not have sat for WAEC at the time. I equally believe that there are people in that same category with that same money or even less. And because of that, I just believe that always it's better for me to run back and know some of the things are happening. And that's why when I'm going back home, even there's some kind of 2,300, some kind of small thing will just be in my pocket I carry so that I can be of help. So that somebody having some kind of issue, I can just try to chip in. And genuine impact. I just believe in the guy who believes in genuine impact. I just want to make impact on community. And that's one of the motivating factors of the course that I did. I did education, secondary education. There are too many people who can be asking my man, why you do political science or public administration? There's just one reason. The one reason is I just intend to make genuine impact in the life of people. So after everything will turn around, I just believe that maybe I'll go in a classroom to impact lives, to share my story. And so I always think it's better for me to go back home. And that's why I'm one of the few young people who don't believe me. The people can say, oh, witchcraft and this and that, you go to your home. No. I've always gone back home. The second reason is political. I started working with Jeremiah Kuhn in 2018. In 2020, we decided, and my boss decided to run for the Senate. So he was leaving from one district to the entire county. I ran back to my home. We talked to our region, and always they've listened to us. In 2020, in 2023, in 2024, Yantuayan election, in 2025. If you ask Honorable Koga, 2024, his election against Yantuayan, I was not sitting down. I mean, we were almost like living in the air. When I got to my home, Honorable Koga have gone there. They've done a lot in the place. To have turned that decision around for Yan to win Guaguatu and his surrounding at the time, I think it was something that he inside knew that it was magical. So I equally believe that if we will always be going back to our people for them to listen to us, I don't need to wait for election to come for me to go to them. So it's equally good for me to be going there the same way when election time comes, I can go there. And anytime when I go there, I can tell them, those people that we bringing them to you for you to vote for them. Yes, they are all good people, but we are the guarantor. Because you know us, I'm from here, we are from this region. When anything happens, we the one. What they're supposed to do, in fact, if you're not getting to them, you'll get to me. You'll get to us, your children. We'll go to them. So if I've been making what kind of promises, what kind of conversation I've been having with our people, in my mind, after 1, 2, 3 months, it's good for me to just run back home. We sit down with them and know some of the things that are happening, the ones that we can help, we help with it. And that's why since 2022, I started my small house there. I don't want to go there and be going to my pa house or my uncle's house. And no. I want when I go there so that our people there too will not be scary. So that they can feel, because sometimes you go in the interior, the poor feel too, especially for us now, the way they can take it can be easy. But it's better I make myself part of them. And that's why I'm always there, and I will always be there. I will always be there. We're there. Yeah.
Thank you. I will stop here and go to the CEO and the rest of the panelists to ask their two questions, and we can come back for the second round if there is time. So CEO, let's hear you, Chief.
So mine is not.
My man, please put out my photo up, please.
So we will not put in your photo until you're ready.
Which photo?
So
Check the chat room.
Okay. All right, I got it.
You have to pay for that photo if it come up. So mine is not a question. Actually, it's a question, but I have one question. I usually ask my guests one question because I know we have other folks on here who want to ask. You know, I tell people all the time, not because DK is on here, but I will give the example. I tell people all the time, you and DK are one of the few young people that I know who do politics in Liberia differently. Not too long ago, you referenced Honorable Koga, how you know you went to your home and you campaign and then things change. But the way both of you do your politics is completely different. Similar to DK when he was in Liberia, all the way, you know, they need to disagree and all that stuff with some people. Not a single day you will see DK or yourself on social media politically disagreeing with someone while insulting them, right? What would be your advice to other people, the young people that are coming up in our county or country? You can still disagree with someone politically on ideas and still push your candidate without insulting them, without going personal, without insulting them. And what's the ramification of that?
So thank you. And to that question, I remember after the 2023 elections, one of our big brothers, he's currently in the US as well. Zaman.
Yeah, Owen.
He ran in district number 7 before. Mm. He reached out to me and said, I mean, how did you grow up? I've been following you. Yes, you can disagree, you can have issues with people. Well, it's difficult for you to write and insult. You're a little different. How? And I was telling him, my upbringing is such that I can look in my big brother's face and tell you what I don't like, but I will not insult you. It will be difficult. I don't care how angry I am, even if it is personal. Then at least you talk about coming in a space. Number one, I learned from one person, that's Jeremiah Kuhn. If there's any liberal politician from that I've known over the time, is Kuhn. He will always make you to believe and know that.
I mean, you're not saying nothing bad about Kunya, but go to our issue here for.
I'm not expecting to say anything bad about Kuhn, but that's the bitter truth. And that's the bitter truth about it. Kuhn will make you to believe that this process is a short-time process, and those of you who in a room, after everything, you will get us out there. When you get us out there, I will not be with you. He gives that advice. You always get out of this room. When you get out of this room, I'm not going to be there. So do what you think you can do, but do it very carefully and know that you will get outside there tomorrow. And I've always encouraged a lot of my friends. I know to some extent the politics can be toxic. But it's just better for us to know that this thing is like a football game. When Chelsea and Man U were playing, the men who were on the football field, they were kicking each other and everything, and knowing that by the time the thing finished, everybody was defending their side. Yeah, where you can defend your side, you can be issue-based without not necessarily insulting your other friends. See how it is here. I mean, most of our election, the local election in Nima, he was now outside, but he knows the kind of relationship he and I had all along the line. May his soul rest in peace, John Balier Jr. He never one day supported Jeremiah Kuhn in terms of the local elections in the county. But socially, I can tell anybody, socially, my boss man at the time, when he was alive, I was John. And he and myself will be together, we'll be arguing 24/7, we'll be to the other place. We can argue, we talk all the politics and this and that, but we'll always be together. If you ask Sam Takura Jr., Sam has been a long time CDC man. Way back. Sam and I have a very good relationship, but Sam knows very well that I've never supported CDC in anything before. Sam knows as Edwin Cody, I've never. But we've always been together, and we are together even to today. If you currently check in Nimba, some of our own brothers and sisters that we managed for them to get some slot at Nima University, that's a place where my hand can reach. I got nothing to do, like maybe they meant a CDC man or they meant a Unity Party man. If needs be, maybe some of them, like for me, I don't like to call names, but sometimes we will call their names. And some of them will even tell you. So I'm that guy who believes that number one, politics is a short-term thing. Number two, I can respectfully disagree with DK. And I think that should be the core issues in the politics. And I'll encourage all of my friends, in as much as the game will get toxic, you want your candidate to win at all costs and means, you can respectfully disagree with somebody. Yeah.
Thank you, John. That's all I have. Like I said, I have only one question. I'll let the other people ask their question. Maybe later on, if he's still here, you got time, then I can comment.
Okay, great. Now let's go to you.
You get plenty of time, man.
I'm not being man. Anybody who's speaking and say, "Oh, the man gotta go to bed." This and that. You want to go to bed? You want me to go to bed by 12 o'clock? And go to bed by 12 o'clock.
Okay, good.
Anything all of us on this show, anybody on this show can do, whether socially, I can do them.
You home today,
eh?
You home today?
Yeah, I'm home.
Oh, okay, yeah, we got dinner today, you home.
TK, let's hear you now, Chief.
Hey, it's done it. Me capital Benny. Oh, God, and newly. You
I
know,
was
not
very
the camera
shocked.
being 102.
Yeah. Yeah, now they can address
Gio,
code.
thank you. Bring it down.
You're not carry DJ by the district 5.
Thank you. So, Gio, begin calling her them and picking for a long time. Yeah, anybody in Kun office, including the COS, who is my very good friend. Somebody here, my second, so every time will be called them. Mama, are on the phone. So, so it's called them, but it doesn't mean that he not get there on him. It's a that they begin Kun can use all the bad deeds. Yeah, I begin Kun can be sending in the net. They begin at the 10 to 6 overnight from 2020. They begin at not with Union Party. Yeah, when they say that you're knocking their chest for our party, you can just be making me vex. You guys was all chicken behind George Weah. Other so that you're just 10 over the play. That why begin say everything. You see, why my begin say everything will get good way to go. We have not changed.
For the record, or not allow you to flow this one. For the record, as individual, any code, like I said, as Saint Agra, as all these easy men, they have been my friends personally. We've had a
No,
relationship.
but oh no,
But now,
your record is flaw. That your record is flaw because you guys in 2017, all of us was supporting JMB. Anywhere can go, you can go. I want you moving forward. Choose your party. You support Kun and be with your party. Now anywhere Kun go, you go there. Oh, Kun because the guy man, the man was almost about to go to ANC with Kumi. All
I
of
mean,
that was
ask your
hanging there.
question. Ask your question. Ask a question.
I mean, don't make it out so boring. So thank you, Edwin. Thank you for coming. Lorena, are you at Jackie today? Yeah, the network at Jackie is good. So okay, so thank you, Edwin. I had two major concerns. My concern is you either address it, but I want you to take this complaint. Now you and my second always say, I want you to take my complaint to the big brother. One, the treatment they gave him Roger Doma is not correct. Roger is the parties in the only unity party men that were in the country. Whatever way Roger was not surface in our government, you guys, that thing is on you people laughing in our office. You withdraw your boss man because the very day they announcing that the very day he begin unity party man, that your boss man are all partisan. That very day he begin partisan. So you can't do the other real partisan who maintain the party up to the time your boss man came. Not training that. The next thing is I've been saying here, you've been following the show, the issue with Cabinet Janet. The issue with Cabinet Janet, tell the big brother we want him to intervene. You know how Cabinet was removed. He was in a horse and he followed everything. Cabinet had gone to Exodus code and every I don't know. So up to now they have not given him the money. Please put it on your record and y'all get our cabinet money. Lastly, that thing that begin you a cook then. I think that Kun and Koga on just settle it. When Koga slay your hand, go on the other side. The men will be splitting your vote. Is that correct? Thank God people in the office around the people know you're on Facebook. That Facebook thing the people doing is not correct. Lastly, that rating and that's everything can be rating. She depending on your office. She can be calling the man susu pa. You're not making any comment here. She said the man uneducated. Her goal is who is supporting her. All of you in the office you're supporting her. She's insulting our senator. Tell Kun say DK say that my message I giving you. I have a question for you. Tell them my message to Kun. Other than that, we hear tell Kun say I must say I need party man I want job. Before they say DK they want I show that job in the doing it for. I must say I want job. Tell Kun the way you living for here today say get DK on the job or DK will join on Facebook with your name. Thank you very much.
okay, no problem. I will take it to him.
Yeah. A message.
I'll take it to him.
So I think maybe you can respond to the issue of Cabinet Janet and former representative of District 7.
DK wants me to relay his message.
Yeah.
As special assistant to the vice president, we hear a lot when somebody tells me, go tell your bossman X, Y, and Z. I just mark it as I did and carry it to him. So I got no comment on Kabina. I got no comment on Roger issue.
So lastly, that they begin. I see after they begin a politician. All that praising your praising the man. Having you remember the hey God, yeah, there you are,
No,
Jack
TK will put you in
man.
the back.
Yeah.
TK will put you in the
Yeah,
back.
you
You
go
come
ahead.
out.
Let me go in the back.
Hey, do that
Okay.
plan. I'm thinking you see nothing here.
Yeah, Shadrach, let's hear you, Chief.
What are some in the balance I'm making those on our show, man? Good evening, my picking Edwin.
Good evening, people.
Qual told me, they got queer.
You know,
Yeah,
no. Gentlemen, I beg you, you shouldn't spot this show tonight. Y'all,
my
please,
man,
hit
give me
with
a
all the
chance.
hard questions.
I want us to make it interactive tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all
I
hit
mean,
No,
all
I
and
the
the
mean,
hard
third
I
one
mean,
we'll come for here. We'll go to Gompu allegation. We'll go to Mark allegation. Yeah. And the third
I
one, we'll just giving you break. When we start holding the vice president now, I know they will call you to lead the studio.
Go ahead, Shadrach.
yeah. So, Edwin, thank you for accepting our invitation here this evening. For us, you're not streaming to us. So I don't want to say anything before Deacon join me say, I praise you. So I can ask my question direct. You as special assistant, direct messenger to the vice president of Paul Bureau. There is the issue always on social media when people make allegations, they say the vice president office is the one that you know swallowing him. I mean, putting a civil way every time. They will say that if I have an office, no, they're not doing the right thing. And you work in that office as a messenger to the vice president said. How can you reconcile this statement from people from the public that you guys are the one that causing problem for the vice president in terms of GAPSA, XYZ, from MDR level to your office? Be addressed for all this. You know, this thing.
So, with my few years of service in political space, there are people who can survive on gossip. There are people who will come, they want to make themselves good, and they will want to use Edwin's name, for example, or they want to use DK's name. Some DK that my people, let me use a name too. And because of the way our society is, when I say the way our society is, I mean, Edwin wants something from Shadrach. Sometimes what Edwin will do, he comes to Shadrach and tells Shadrach, Zoga looking at this, Zoga looking at that. Generally, I would say a lot of the gossip we can hear, a lot of some of the things that you can hear about yourself outside. Sometimes you can be wondering whether is this same Edwin Corden or the person that you're working with that you know very well. That sometimes you know the conversation. That's the person talking about, or that you or somebody else using your body. I give you a practical example. A lady called me today. She told me somebody from our office reached out to her son last month and encouraged her son. That was a person who called the son. My man, the way you're doing, what you're doing is good, but I think it's better you make use of education. So I will encourage you to go take entrance. Go take the entrance. When you get everything, you bring it. The person took the entrance, the board took the entrance and brought the details to the person in her office. Unfortunately, at the time he brought it, the financial aid list has gone. There is a committee on the financial aid and everything. So he told him, according to the woman, I'm sorry, this semester you can't get it because the time is over. I will try for you next semester. The lady called me angry, speaking to me. If you're not going to work, the person was not supposed to tell her son like that. She's going to take it to tell the chief. And myself on the phone, I told her, the way you sound here, I'm disappointed. If I ask her first, now the person who told the board to go right entrance, yes. And I ask another question. If you think the person had bad mind for your son, the man are not thinking about school business. You think that guy was going to ask your son to go take entrance? And in as much as it didn't work this time, you want to feel so disappointed. You want to go to the vice president to go lay complaint as though when the men were making the decision, it was something that vice president telling him, my man called that person. I mean to say, some of what you hear is about Shadrach wanting for something to work in his favor at the time he wants it. So when it doesn't work, then he say, amen, and a bad men, and they're not working for us over there. They're only doing it for themselves. Let's go to the issue of job. I remember when the government, when the election finished, some of our big brothers started coming around. I will not hurry. I will call the person name. My chief of staff told a few young people, they said they wanted to be minister. The people they brought, they wanted to be minister. And Prince was fair to them. Yes, that's true. You just came from school, you got masters. Brilliant. Nobody can argue the issue of your performance. But Kun is number one, a vice president. Number two, because you just come into the space, to the governance, it's good to start with something that you can manage and have control on, so that when anybody is recommending you for anything tomorrow, you say, but yeah, now young men went to this place. Two of the young guys took it bad. They said their friends coming for job, a big job, they want ministerial, they want to be minister, and Prince want to reduce them to director level. So some of these guys, when they get outside the things they can say, it can be easy. Sometimes I take, for example, somebody talk to me and say, man, please, you have to talk to the people, I want so and so thing. Until that thing I mean one can work for him, he just believe that Edwin is saying nothing about his issue. And because of that, Edwin is a problem. Sometimes he doesn't even know the conversation that's happening behind the scene. That thing, will just carry the information like that. So that's why sometimes I like for people to be specific and tell me Edwin. And I want for any of you here that have heard it like that, be specific about me and say, when this person came to the vice president, or when you have X and Y conversation with the person, you did X and Y to the person that didn't go down well with them. We too are human beings. Not that everything happening here or everything we do, we are perfect. No, we are human beings. We can make mistakes. And that's why anytime I'm having a conversation with anybody, I can also talk to them and tell them, when we're sitting down, there are signs that you see and we don't see that. So are doing something I believe in, are doing good, when the reality is not good. So that's why normally, I'll tell you, any flaw you see for me, just let me know that Edwin, this. And the way I know it or the way I see it, I will say it. If I'm wrong, I will tell the person, no, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It was wrong of me to do that. And I will change moving forward. So a lot of the things you hear, brother, they are gossips. And some of the same people who say nothing because they want for certain things to happen for them, when you work now, they say, yeah, the vice president office is okay. The guys are doing well. When they, as soon as the main guy say, Kun is doing well for the county. I remember one of the people, as soon as the main guy in ministerial position is a minister. I don't want to tell you whether I'm assistant minister or deputy minister or minister proper. The man got it, you were like, yeah, your Malcolm is the best guy for the country. That gentleman is doing well. But if I tell you that same person, the things he said before he can get that job, you will not believe it. So again, that is space we in. But the position we are seated in is a position that I would consider to be a shock absorber. One of the guys to get out that iron. It avoids the tire from touching the frame and avoid the frame from touching the tire. So we're in that position. Any other thing that happens for somebody to say that beginning way around Jeremiah, I did it one. And it's good for us. It's good. That's why we are here. It's good. When we went there, I say, yeah, that Edwin begin is a nice begin. The way that begin to them in a few days. But they still need that many can talk when they get down, it can be easy. So a lot of the things we understand it. I mean, being real, the ones that we know that maybe we're supposed to work on, once you know them, you let us know and we can work on it because we are human beings. We're not from anywhere else. We all of us are Liberians. Not everything we do will be right. So you just got to let us know. Then we can work on them.
All right. My second question, Eddie. So prior to your coming to the vice president, I always call people, you know me. Anytime I think text, I hardly say vice president, even when the Sunday text. So it's that you need people. There were many guys behind him.
My man, don't stop our show that your relationship you coming explain here.
Remember, give me you want to start this show here, we'll take you Mr. Showman.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want to disrespect the
people
guy.
are watching to know that they make a contact with the vice president. We tired with that thing, eh?
No problem. You do this.
Yeah, there are people behind him. Yeah.
Yeah, we have many guys behind him. No, I don't want to name plenty people. Maybe I can only name my own brother. Like man, Jeremiah Mabiade, very close to Jerry at the time. We all came to Jerry in the same year, 2016. I want to know those guys who were with Jerry and someone of the special assistant to him before he came in. What that different did you do? And now today you are special aid to him over the guys and how that relationship got grew at this point in time. And today you are a special aid. So that those guys who were there we met in there. Thank you.
So the issue of serving with any politician or anywhere or even the leadership, nothing is permanent. You either transition to some way, somehow you do another thing. So I remember one time, my brother was like, I did in a very soon time we will graduate Edwin. Because practically the role I'm playing was the person who was playing it, even though he was not employed in his office, was Yeke. So Yeke transition, being a big businessman, independence. He had to go run his family. He had to go run in an election. So at some point in time, so you get to hesitate. He currently works in a leadership position at the LPROC. Am I perpetually going to be here? No. I don't think so. So everybody will serve at a certain point in time. The same way he can, for example, transition or elevated from being a representative, 1, 2, senator, and vice president. Eventually, some of the guys are in different positions. So let's take, for example, Jeremiah Mambia, that you call his name. Jeremiah was very closer to the vice president back then when he was representative and senator. After the election, Jeremiah currently works with the Forestry Authority, FDA, Forestry Development Authority. He works in that other field. So it's not like before, then all of us were just going to be here. So the guy got to go to work. So they tell you how most of the time will be on the weekend and he will come, all of us will be together. The good thing is wherever they are, whether in businesses they're doing, whether they're in their private offices, we all gather at some point in time and we can have the conversation. So I equally believe that I'm here. I will not perpetually be here. There will come a time that I will transition to something, maybe to be doing something else, maybe in the private sector or maybe in different government position, some way, somehow. So you take Victor Kwesa, for example. Victor used to be with him in the representative office. After 2017 elections, Victor went to E&J, first as HR and then eventually as administrator for the hospital. From there, Victor currently serving as deputy director at FDA. So, I mean, that transition point, nobody, he said the fact that he will not perpetually be vice president for the rest of his life It equally means Edwin will not perpetually be special assistant to a vice president. So I will have maybe something else to do in the private sector. I have something else to do maybe in government or somewhere else that God will want us to go. So we are here, and not because we are that smart, no. And just because I believe it's the issue of time. So the other guys have their time yesterday, and people will always have their time to be in certain space at certain time because some of these positions are not for 3% to be in it at the same time, and not for 10% to be in that same position at the same time. So I just believe maybe the simple answer would be timing. It's just the issue of time for this person to be here at this time. That's all I can say about it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shadrach. Thank you for this question, and thank you to Edwin. Folks, if you're just joining us this evening, you're listening to the Heat Tower here on BKS TV, and we are in conversation with Honorable Edwin G. Cotton, Special Aide to the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. In a subsequent time, we'll be opening our phone lines for your input, questions, and any other contribution you can make. So just bear with us. In the next 30 minutes, we might do so. And Lorena, let's hear you after you go to share with it.
Good evening, everyone, and good evening to Edwin. What do you want to say, DK? Yeah, good evening, Edwin. Thanks for taking up your time to be on our show. And I can tell anyone, it's not because you're our guest today, but I can tell anyone if I show you messages, give me a people. I say Edwin is that guy in the vice president office. Humble. Next to Edwin is Leon. Yeah, that's what I would say. So people will happen with people, even Jesus will happen with him. But this is my first question. Over the last few days or weeks, the lawmaker in the district where I sit in right now, I'm in Secretary, the lawmaker of District 7 have been heard saying the Honorable Vice President targeted him when he wanted to become Speaker. He did the same thing when we wanted to become a deputy speaker, and now he has started his business. And then in the same tune, they're talking about Nima Unity when the vice president is suppressing him, fighting against his business. And you as someone who is close to the vice president, working in the office of the vice president, maybe you are for some of these discussion, what happened in the Senate. I just want you to please tell the public how have the vice president fought honorability, while running to be speaker or deputy speaker, and how is he targeting his business that is being widely spread around?
So that's some of the conversation I will not really go in depth because I don't want to speak to something that I might not have the total authority. But with what has been circulating, ranging from communication from James Emmanuel Nukwe.
Is that certain thing they tell you to speak on here and don't speak on something?
DK, you really think somebody will tell me to speak on something or don't speak on something?
Yeah, but when we ask you about question answer, why you say you don't want to speak on that when you're on the show?
So the one I will not speak on is the one that I don't have the authority to speak on. Number one, number two.
Can you mute that man?
What I don't have sufficient information about, I can't speak on it. I'm sorry. It might not be to your taste, but I'm sorry. So, like I was saying, ranging from what we've seen in the media, the letters from James Emmanuel Nukwe, Senator Mike Gibby, dated as far back as August. Was that August, July or June? No, June 30th, June. Requesting the Senate and seeing the different senators signing a report or a recommendation that went to the president. The vice president, as a vice president, I think he will be. He's a vice president. He's the president of the Liberian Senate. He presides over the Senate. But the honorable men and women in our house are people who are people believed in them. send them there. So if they make a decision on the floor, and somebody who automatically has no say, when I say no say, I mean in terms of the deliberation, in terms of vote, in terms of the only thing he does is when the Senate agree to whatever they will agree when you go into the president, the space are there, he signed that part. And that happened way before the president can even set up the price contradiction committee that made him the chairperson for that committee. And I'm not too sure out of the meetings we've had that that particular committee has had, I'm not too sure petroleum importers and the rest of them have even been invited here to go for that meeting. So politically, we say, hey, he said if he fought him at the House of Representatives during the speaker and deputy speaker thing. I mean, until Honorability can come and say this was the role complete, I can't agree with him. And some of the reason is he comes from a different political background. He has his political party. Kun has his political party. Sometimes along the line, we'll always have some kind of disagreement, for example. But he has to be clear that the vice president played this role and that role. Then we'll know that, okay, the role was political because he has a political party and because of that. For us to be clear with it. And if you talk about the Nima unity, we can be united with each other. I just believe that. And I've given the instances here. Santa Accra. I can call Santa Accra anytime. I know Santa Accra to be a strong CDC man from day one. But if Santa Accra is anywhere by 2 o'clock and call me, Edwin, I guess so issue, I want you to come, whether that emergency or that good thing or this and that, I can be, me, Edwin, I can be brave and get my car, go there. But then, no, I'm not supposed to him before. You know, I'm not supposed to the political party CDC before. He knows that. When the late John Barry John was alive, if I go in from FOJ team, that him motorbike you were using by then. So now I will carry him somewhere. When you say, my man, I go wait for me, I lean there. I tell the motorbike carry, I go do my meeting, I go do different things. But I know that the man had a sign everything at the time he was supporting Lawrence Swah. So I equally believe that we can be united and we can disagree based on the different political persuasion. And the whole issue of Nima unity thing, I'm one person who believe, I mean, you hear some of our brothers, they want to make the Nima unity thing to only politics. While it is true that politics will play a pivotal role, I equally believe that for us to get united, you always not get to do with politics. I'm one person who believes that it is at our advantage when we are together. And being together, because as a country, we are not political party, we not always agree with each other politically. Because we are counting now. We're not political party. Those are in unity party who believe that once we make a decision inside as political party, see how he's supposed to agree with that decision, even if he was not part of it, because he's a member of that political party, he should defend that decision. But for us as a country, the issue of political diversity will always come. And what I know from the records of the post-war Liberia, I mean, parties, different people at some point in time, like 2005, for example, when Dr. Koto was running, you had prominent sons and daughters of the country that were supporting Manan Salif, including Councillor Tawan Gonglo, and different people were supporting at the time. It was not wrong in my mind. I think it's a good thing. We can still be united, we can still be together. When we reach to a point where we say, this one is the country interest, a football game, that this. I mean, if we are even united as a country, it makes it easier for me to go to Sis Lorena or Junior or anybody who I believe is on the other side of the political divide for them to listen to me. But if we are not united, if we are not together, in my mind, it would be difficult for me to go to the other side of the political divide to go talk to them. So the name and unity is something that I believe each one of us have to take it like our own, because like somebody said, there will always be strength in unity. Because there's something when all of us on the show, when we agree to move some certain thing, it's possible and it will be easier as compared to allowing Siawiti or Edwin or maybe Alvin or Junior or one person to move it. It makes it difficult. But because we are together, it's easier for us to move it. Yeah. I think that's what I can say about that. So in terms of honorability, I believe that maybe he's still questioning, he will come clear to say, this happened to me because of this, or the vice president did this specific to me. But until he can say it, I think we can't speak much more than what I've said about it.
Okay, thank you. And my second question. So I know you are sitting here as Edwin, but because of the role the position you serve in, so that's why I'm asking the question I'm asking you. Because I know you hear things and you see things. So over the last few weeks, we have prominent sons of Nima appear on this platform. Most of whom didn't support the restoration in 2023. But my analysis from what they say is that maybe they thought after the election, the vice president who had reached out to them and said, "My man, let's talk." Like in the case of Honorable Larry Yonko, he said it been 20 months he was sitting and if no serious political discussion from the VP coming to him, and that's how honorability for him. And then other people have said the same thing, like maybe Councillor Yedu, maybe my own inner brother Honorable Duna. So, which means that they are going the path they are going because in their mind, quote unquote, I mean, according to them, the VP hasn't reached out to them. So I even asked Honorable Lunga, so does that mean when he reached out to you, we come back, we leave from where you are to come, on the other side? So I want to know if there have been any discussion or if there are plans on way for the VP to reach out to his brothers to say, oh, the election is over, can they work together, or what do you think? How can we contribute? Has there been any time that he has reached out to any of these people, or if he has not done, is there any plan on reaching out to them?
So like you said, some of them said the VP has not reached out to them to have some political conversation. Interestingly, the vice president is the vice president of Liberia. And as vice president, governance. The first issue right now is governance. Maybe when time comes for the political conversation, then we can have that conversation. I know few of them have had different conversations with the vice president. What is interesting that I can tell you tonight is all the people that you name, anytime when they come to meet the vice president, we don't go in that meeting. We don't go in that meeting. We always want that conversation to be at their level. So I know Honorable Yulu has met him, Honorable Kagon, Honorable Mike Bloom. So even if we are not in that conversation, or we are not part of that conversation, we don't know exactly what they have discussed. So apparently they have met him, they sat down with him, but the conversation were not political until maybe somebody called them for political conversation and for them to get outside political. But one thing I know, there have been different meetings. I remember when Madam Webb came from America during the PYJ burial, she met the vice president for the first time. And for the second time, And apparently, and it was not even apparently because of the supporters, some of our different supporters, especially some of them who were at the time for Kuga and everything, believed that if Honorable Gonglo is coming around the vice president. In fact, I remember 2 times. I will not call their name. He reached out. My man, we understand that the vice president is having conversation with Managonglo, where an attempt for him to say he's supporting that madam is going to be a problem and this and that. And I remember I made a post letting the public to know that Kong is a vice president of the country. He's open to meeting anybody. And in fact, the conversation they had at the time was never about Nimba politics for their go support. I will support you, like the way they were doing it on the Facebook. So I know there have been different meetings of these people regularly, you put it. Maybe the vice president will not reach out to them about politics, about support. And you get on the ability reaching out to them about politics and about support. And that's why they are making that decision they are making. Are they wrong? In my mind, they are not wrong. They have their own decision to make, considering whatever.
But Edwin, the vice president, not running charity. He's a politician. So why you reach out to people without talking politics to them? He's not running church.
DK, I beg you now. Come your time. You ask your question, please, DK.
So this is about governance. The Labron put the Ambassador Joseph Boakai and Jeremiah Kung as president and vice president to take care of the country for 6 years. We have the 2 years are not even ended. And some of the people who want to be president, according to those who they think can make them to be president.
Yes, let me get my certain thing. When they say political decision, discussion, they are talking about job. They are not happy. And so
how can you predict the people's minds now?
No, Honorable Yonkwa was clear about it. I asked a backup question. He was clear about it. He said that. He said 20 months, no job, 20 months, and the vice president had not coming for any serious discussion, political decision. Someone belated for me, and I even asked, I said, so does that mean if the people come back to you for you to have this serious discussion, you can leave, but then he didn't answer.
So
he was clear, but the other people said they just said it.
The one with job, political job, for example, okay, they call the people to come work. Remember, Kung is a vice president. He's not a president. He doesn't have appointing power, right? So to give people like Honorable Yonkwa, like you're talking about, in my mind, Honorable Yonkwa cannot take something that will be like working in the office of a vice president. It will eventually have to do with appointment. And the only role the vice president could play, for example, will be recommendation, to recommend him for whatever appointment that he will want, for example. But it has to do with one, having a conversation, doing a different meeting, and then you know the person's interest and blah, blah, blah. So, like I said, what I know about is some of them have been having meeting with the vice president. Interestingly, as Edwin called and even all of us as staff in the office, anytime when our NIMBA seniors, they come to the office, except for something that requires us to be there and maybe to take note or so, none of us can be in that meeting. So they go to the vice president, they meet him and sit down with him, they have conversation, they go, whatever their conversations are. I've not been privileged. If you ask me, have they been, as somebody who working there, have you seen them meeting the vice president? Yes, I've seen them. Some of them not less than one time, more than one time, sometimes 2-3 times. But to ask me as to what the conversation have been behind the scene for them, when they go in our meeting, unfortunately, I've not been part of the meetings.
Thank you. Siawete, we go over to you now to ask your question. But while Siawite is asking his question, we'd like to welcome Yelesa VAD to the show. You can now put your calls through on those numbers that you are seeing on the screen, and then we will allow you to make your input on the show. Siawite, let's hear you, Chief.
Thank you, Junior. Edwin, it's a pleasure to be on the platform tonight, and I must commend you for that because we hope that you will always, pick up our cause like you usually do. You are one person, regardless of our past. I mean, we are not hiding anything because we always together and we are very close. And we also encourage you. We are, maybe the CEO could not say it to you, but I think as member of this platform, I'm probably, with the responsibility to do that as a friend. We are expanding this program to various radio stations now, so we are also opening up for contribution. We want to have this platform, going far beyond and reaching to our people in Nima and far beyond Nimba. So thank you for coming. We actually appreciate your presence here tonight. Um, Maybe we might have a second round, but I think it's important because some of us are privileged to have communication with you people, even with the boss and other actors. There have been series of concerns from senior citizens in the counties and other people. The question Lorena asked of just now is just almost like similar question regarding the issue of confidentiality within the office of the vice president. Few months back, we witnessed the footage of Mana Ide Gonglo where before the election, and that photo was taken, and it was one of the propaganda against or camp that she went to and solicit phone or to want to pick the vice president. There were a lot of conversations surrounding that, and at the end of the day the office came out and said there were going to be an investigation made. Now, Honorable Garrison Yelu also appeared on this platform last few weeks ago, and he also made similar accusation that the office of the vice president, they are unusual, stuff where when you go to meet with the boss, soon you leave from the office, people will start to call. Once they go to the office, they will start calling, and their supporters, oh my man, your boss man or American big or you on a knee or a quote. That's why he said. So he made this statement and he said one of the problem, some of them are getting afraid or maybe insecure to go to the office of the vice president upon call or other negotiation is when they have discussion the next day you get it out there. So you are privileged to be in that office. I think it fall within your purview as an aide. Can you talk to the public regarding that?
So let me tell you this. The one first with Madam Ware. At the time, PYG has just died, and almost every day you come to the vice president, yeah, you see a lot of people. Before then, that's one of the reasons why currently when you enter in the vice president, yeah, the security can take all the gadget, the phones, everything. Because apparently his yard was that liberal, you allow the guys to just enter with their phones and knowing that okay, yeah, once you come in the fence, yeah, let the person come with their phone first. Apparently, when the person is going in the office to meet the vice president, then they can leave their phone outside. So somebody might have, in fact, somebody made use of that opportunity. In fact, use that opportunity to have taken that picture. If you look at that picture, it was a picture of somebody too distant away. Those are who know graphics, you can see that it was pictured that somebody's too far off and took it. And like I said, it was the time the special senatorial, in fact, the by-election was coming. So some of the people who in my mind believe that if this man not come around, maybe he should come for support and this and that. Those were the people who did that. So the vice president instructed the security to do investigation. But the investigation is
It was difficult. It is difficult because if you allow everybody who ever came to visit, and for you, say how you been in his yard, you get to the vice president yard almost every time, especially on the weekend. You got more than 50 people. You get sometimes more than even 100 people coming in the yard. How is it possible that you can capture the person who did it? It's a difficult thing. So, as part of the measure so that those kind of thing cannot continue, they pass a strict law. And anybody coming for a visit, you leave your phone to the security. But that, if anything of such happen, it's easier for you to do the investigation because it should be those who live in that yard or those who have privilege to carry phone there. So you can't bring anybody who come from outside. Somebody who come from within, somebody who is in that office. So that's a new measure we currently have. The one we are telling you, Councillor Yulu, that if, for example, you come to the vice president to meet him, you're not coming in the night, coming in the day to meet him. One thing I know Councillor Yulu will not say is the conversation I had with Jeremiah Kun in his room or in his house or in his office. Somebody said that conversation outside. I'm not too sure that he able to say that because, like I said, I can't remember when was the last time he ever came or any of them came to meet the vice president that any of us will be in that meeting. I can't remember that. But let's take, for example, you come to the office of the vice president at Capitol Hill. The office has more than 100 persons working in different segments. I mean, the press, the protocol, and different people. Some of the people are even from Nema, some are not from Nema.
Yeah, Chief, I beg you. Let me hold you there quickly. Your man BKS is on the line. He wants to make his import very short. Yeka, good evening and welcome to the show. Let's hear you 2 minutes.
But let's take for example. Thank you. You come to the office of the vice president at Capitol Hill.
Yeka, can you move away from your monitor, please?
Different. Hello.
Yeka, are you there?
The Kun Brigade are listening today, right?
Yes.
Yeah, can you move away from your monitor a little bit because we are hearing ourselves.
Yeah, my monitor is already off.
Okay, let's hear you, Chief. 2 minutes.
Let me use this occasion to say thank you to BK, TV, and the rest of the team. The partners, my own big brother TK Way, who used to be my very good big brother at the Capitol Building. I'm phoning in from Abuja this evening.
Okay, let's hear you, Chief. 2 minutes.
I want to appreciate you guys for the team. I want to appreciate Edwin, my own friend and brother, for the very detailed discussion tonight. I want to encourage the team and the rest of the folks that at least this platform should be a platform to profile a lot of prominent minds, most especially young ones, and to discuss politics, business, and I think our county at large, most especially the issue with the meta steel is a very serious issue right now. And we need to discuss it from every angle, wherever we have the opportunity to talk to our people, because it's a very serious issue. I make a post about it this evening. For the first time, I commented on the meta steel issues because it's serious. The previous discussion, previous promises was not fulfilled. And we as county, we are going again, the country at large, the legislature are doing everything to see how best they can give it again to Meta, which of course previously they promised to fulfill certain things for the county and the country, and they did not complete that. So that was not discussed just politics, vice president, Koga. While somebody say a personal thing, somebody go see the vice president in one job, he can't give it to them, it becomes an issue, putting personal issue before the interests of the county or country at large. I think we need to learn to be patriotic and then put the larger interests of our county and country before personal. So I just thought to share my own idea tonight.
Thank you so much for being on the line. You can
John Ho here. John Ho
will be here for us to discuss this mentality in details.
John Ho
Yes,
here.
I'm going anytime. I told you I was there who is a long time from a child from anytime. Gian as well, and the rest of the team, the CEO. Anytime you guys waiting for us to sit and discuss, most especially the interest of our country, Nimba, secondly Liberia, my own personal life, politics, I'm willing to sit on your platform at any time.
Thank you for being here, Chief.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Over to you now, Bossman Edwin. Let's hear you.
So, like I said, you come into the vice president office, you came to the vice president office in a day. Somebody see you. Sometimes the allegation is not somebody who is within the vice president's office to call somebody and tell them this person or that person was here. So I give you a practical example. 2025 elections, the by-election in them. We have had a conversation. Some team from Councillor Yelu came and they believed that it was necessary for the both team, that was the Councillor Yelu team and the Cougars team, to work together. We have that conversation, we clear it off and everything. When we left from the meeting, and Councillor Yelu himself was not in that meeting. Let me say that for the record. He wasn't in that meeting. When we left from the meeting, some of the same people who were with us in the meeting, they explained what we had, the conversation we had, they explained it to some of their friends. And then the evening hour, we heard that information on Spoon. And from the Coons cluster, there were only 2 persons that were in the meeting. That was me and the vice president himself. The rest of the guys who were in the meeting were from Councillor Yelu's camp. Then they thought that maybe the way it went to Spoon, it came from our end. Then all of us started doing the investigation. How did it get to Spoon? One of the same old men who was in the meeting, later the next morning, he called me and said, okay, we figured that out. The information going to Spoon, it didn't come from your side. One of our friends who was in the meeting yesterday with us, when he left, he had a meeting with some of our supporters in Duporo. He had a meeting with some of them in Police Academy. Some of the boys who we know that they don't want to give that information to Spoon, they are written their disagreement in the chat room, and the way we now know that the information did not come from the vice president's closet. It was from us. So sometimes some of the conversation or some of what he's talking about, it comes from this thing away from us. So somebody come into the office and maybe somebody will call, oh my man, your boss will here office. The only thing I know that anybody will say that hey, but I can challenge that nobody will already say the conversation I had with the president, I heard it from somebody else. Because we are not even in a meeting, like I said. There's no day any of them have come with maybe whether private conversation, political conversation, whatever the conversation are, that any of us as staff, I don't remember that. Apparently, maybe that day I was not in office also, but I don't remember a meeting that they had with the vice president that I, Edwin, or any of the staff in the office would be in that meeting. And it happens most often for our seniors from NEMBA, those senior citizens from NEMBA.
Thank you. So we will take five calls. See, I beg you because we announced the number. A lot of people are calling. Let's take 5 calls, then Edwin can respond and you ask your last question. I beg you.
Well, not time for calling. Well,
you know, you're plenty on the show that can be mandating me, so don't, I beg you. We have this person on the line. Good evening and welcome. How you doing, Chief? What's your name and where do you call us from?
Yes, this is Emmanuel B. Neon, and I join you from Secretary City.
Emmanuel, welcome to the show. What's your take? Let's hear you, Chief.
Thank you ever so much for the show, and thank you to Big Brother Edwin for being on the show tonight. I just want to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
If it comes from the background that we are all aware that the vice president is one, and we do expect him to appoint almost every Nimbadians. So I want to ask a question. What are some or policy or strategy put in place for NEMA-based companies or businesses that maybe the VP office can use either with EML to find space for them there, or when we have projects in NIMBA, national project, to see how best we can find this space for them to also provide job for the people from NIMBA that are mounting pressure to get job.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Let's speak to this person. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
I'm okay. What's your name and where do you join us from?
Yeah, Mustafa Lahun, calling from Chikizu.
Mustafa, welcome to the show. Let's hear you. 30 seconds.
Yeah, thank you so much. I want to say thank you to all the panelists and my people in studio there, Edwin Kone. Yeah, I just want to encourage you, a very young, brilliant, promising young man. You should keep up a commitment and a work that is doing the vice president office. You know, when it comes to politics, they will have so many people that will agree and disagree with you. So I want you to be on his path, the red trajectory, because you are serving a public. You not expect your name all the time to be good in people's mouth. Other people will criticize. So I just want you to be committed to a job and serve the Liberian people.
Thank you.
Doing well, we follow him, and we young people are coming out want to be like him and more than him.
Thank you.
So you keep on in work and serve the Liberian people.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We have this person on the line. This will be the last call for now, and then Edwin can respond. Good evening. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Jim. This is Alan Zor, apart from member.
Welcome to the show, Chief. Let's hear you.
Thank you so much. Erin, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Prof.
It's a good thing, and Erin is one person that I hold in high esteem, not like others who normally go on the internet or throw invectives at other people. But the situation they are in is a bit difficult for them. The vice president is just a single person. Why should we always be people from NIMBA should get job, NIMBA all day? He's a vice president for this country. And for me, I think he should open up on a broad spectrum and see what he can do to help the country. That's one. The next thing, all those in NIMBA, sometimes pushing for this regarding, like, I listened to him moving from one political party to another. I think it's about time that we can call for an all-NIMBA conference that we all can sit in-house and see how to finalize things and see how to work in the interests of the country, because everyone cannot go into government and the vice president doesn't have the appointing power. So I feel for them sometimes, and I think we have to have a conference and see how we can move this country forward and job every time for NIMBA people.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you.
Gio, 1 second. Gio, 1 second. Somebody here. You guys hearing me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We are hearing you, Chief.
Go ahead. Call your name and where you come from.
No,
you guys have, hold on. You hearing me now?
Yeah, I think it's better now.
Okay.
I want to we're talking about Minnesota, man.
Yeah, Minnesota.
We hearing you.
Let me appreciate all of you on the line.
Go put 1 second. They are not hearing you. Let me send you Gion's number. Yeah, Gion's number will be the best one. So go.
I'm Minnesota who's then there. They didn't go when I went there. They were Minnesota not easy.
Okay, so you can ask your last question, then Edwin can just respond to everything in bulk.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, my cool friend, brother, you can call on the program. You know, this platform is meant for both education, political discussion, and all of that. So we will now encourage, we have a concern, it will be raised, but telling us that now every time we have a series of shows on this platform that have been very educated regarding, but
I see you, the number call up again.
Edwin, I think he's very close to the vice president. That's why some of these questions are asked. And it's important to ask these questions because that's why we hear. Maybe probably he's not hearing some because we talk to people on a daily basis outside there, and those are concerns from the citizens. So that's why I just wanted to respond to. So we have
To your point, I want to add on to what you said.
Yeah.
So, Edwin, well, like I said, for me, I was not giving you
DK, you and Siaweti, I beg you, we can stay for the post.
John, hold on. This is the missed message they have been taking out even to the vice president. This platform, I said it the last time a visitor came here. Not me, not take Alvin or take all of us here. Maferson, I made a reference the last time. I said Maferson is the most experienced, most educated. Maferson is on a platform. He has served in government. He a member of Union Party. He has made sacrifice. But sometimes when people see us here discussing, they feel that we are targeting either the vice president office. And somebody call, you know us very well, and say we are not talking educated thing. Lorena brought a guest here the last time, and the person was talking about the health sector. We brought people from the community college. So when people call to make point, let their point be precise and on to what we are discussing, instead of then bringing out distraction. It will not be fair. So I wanted to clear that so that when they see us here, we are not targeting anyone. We're bringing people from diverse background. Edwin, how many times I reached out to you to appear on this show? It's been more than 3 months ago, including everybody in the vice president office. We are very balanced, but I don't like for people to call and make that statement. We have to erect the checkpoint for them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. No, just needed to clear the air, So, Edwin, like I said, our question to you, those are information that we get from the public, and it's important when you get on this platform to, clarify. I think it's important for the office because I know for this time, the honorable himself will not appear. So you guys that are around, the perimeter is important. Another one, my last question is, regarding some of our speakers that have come on this platform, our guests, like Briwon, who is one of the panelists here. As a matter of fact, you are one of the tangible Briwon, like he said in April. So, other guests, yeah. So another concern is about keeping. After the election, those who were on the other side, quote unquote, their argument is that the reason why they are not being accommodated or reached out to is because they are being kept out later, 2 years to election so that, they can call them on the table. And, most of these stakeholders, that have been some of the concern, even in some of the chat room, and they are saying on this platform. So I want you to address that. And to give your opinion. Probably it could not be the opinion or the position of the office.
No, whatever I say here, that Edwin Corden.
Sure.
And I believe I'm Edwin Corden, and I'm responsible for whatever I say. And I'm not his official spokesperson of the office. And that's why when you ask some of the questions, the one I believe I cannot answer them, even if I know the answer, I will not answer them. So then we get back. Let's take Melvin Gappe, for example. Melvin didn't support Kun in the 2023 presidential election because he believed at the time it was CDC. How about Jimmy Bouquet, for example? But all of us are together today. And individually, as Edwin, I have a very good relationship with almost all of them. I'm sure if you were to ask maybe any of them, maybe about as an office, which of us can talk to them and I mean freely. Like I said, most of my disagreement I can have, especially the political disagreement, if you check it out, they will always be during the election time. And I can have that disagreement. But once the election finish, I'm one person who will pick my phone and call them. Ask Big Brother Ty one way. After the 2025, after Koga's election, I one of the person who called him. Ask Councillor Yelu. I personally reached out to them, knowing that, I mean, I was having all the disagreement with them because I wanted for Koga to win. And he won. What's the negative about it? How am I going to be angry? So again, everybody will have their thought. But there's also one thing. Victor Quasar said it when the election got over newly. And then we were in the process of the transitioning when the new EPS people came, the way the protocol was looking. Then we thought that this thing is better. We let the Nima people know earlier that though the Kun you know as your then senator, he has been that guy who is liberal. Anybody can go to him at any time. But this new position he in, even those of us who closer to him, we get to the gate, the people can be asking us different questions. So as vice president, you will always be that vice president. If somebody thinks maybe they're waiting for them to get to 2029 before let me say 2028 before somebody can give you appointment position. My brother, it's a difficult space because you're vice president, you are vice president. That only one person get the appointment power is the person that has the government. He's the chief. In fact, he's a commander in chief. It's only the president. Maybe yes, some of them say maybe they want to work in the vice president office. They want to know he has exclusive right and power on that he can decide to make that decision. In my mind, it's something that got to do with his office. But all the other appointment, again, it's a difficult thing. It's everything's not going to be. So somebody had a concern before, went to the office. All the directors, the senior staff in the office, everybody from different counties. Yes, we agree. When he was a vice president, let me say a senator. I mean, like, obviously the senator got to take all his staff from the country that elected him. But this one, that Liberia elected him as vice president. So you got to look for all the different people. So it's not only with the issue of job, it will not only be about for him to recommend only Nima people. No, it's not possible. And in my mind with this one, the issue of job for Nimbayans, I think Ambassador Joseph Boakai, the president of the Republic of Liberia, has done extremely well in terms of giving job to Nimbayans. In terms of appointment, the last time I checked it, until the appointment of the current acting director, acting deputy youth and sport minister, you have more than 50 appointed positions that the president of the republic has given to Nimba. And I think we should be grateful for that. And we should also encourage those people that he has appointed for them to come back home and try for our people. At least, maybe they can get 1-2 of the people who want small job. Maybe they can go to their villages to do something, just to do something and know that, yes, the president appointed me to do X and Y. That's one of the things for me. I personally, anytime I meet each of them, I can tell them, people, you don't need to get plenty of money for you to give back there. You don't need to get plenty of money. I mean, I've always spoken to individual of them. That's what we're supposed to do. And so, Siago, to your question, I'm not sure the vice president is waiting to give somebody a job because he doesn't have the job to give it to somebody, especially the appointed job. He doesn't have that authority. Only one person has that. He can recommend. And to do the recommendation, again, it will always not be for Nima people. You got to get out. It's not only Nima people know Jeremiah Kun. It's not only Nima people Jeremiah Kun know. Yes, he's a son of Nima. Unity Party got a lot of vote for Nimba, that's true. But again, this is a just a
Hey,
human.
Edwin, sorry,
Yeah.
our host is back. We want you to make the question short. We have Marfosin had not spoken in ULSA, and we have a lot of people online that want to ask. So yeah,
So we'll
apparently
make it short.
you're too relaxed. So we have to go to our panelists and call. Yeah. So
But we want the man to be relaxed. You see, the man came first. He was sitting up. Now the picking relaxed. He comfortable.
yeah,
So,
you have to relax. So that go to
we are lecturing here.
You have take one more call. We go to Yedasa to Marfosin, then we can close.
We have this person on the line. Let's hear from this person very shortly. Hello. Hello. Good evening. Yeah, good evening. Welcome. How you doing, Chief?
I'm fine.
What's your name and where are you
Yeah.
joining us from?
My name is Wampu Wono from Nema, District number 9. Yeah. I call this afternoon or this evening to appreciate all of you who on this show, and moreover to acknowledge you guys about some goodness of our vice president. Our vice president has served and keeps serving the Nema people as one of the good sons of Nema. And my advice to our studio guest, which is Mr. Corden, is let's take in all the calls, all the questions, all the good news to the vice president, and let the vice president work towards that. I know other people since the last time when Koga spoke, other people been coming on the radio speaking their mind. That is good. That is good of Nema Kante. And one of the good things Corden said is when we talk about Nema unity or one Nema, it's not all about politics. I think when it comes to soccer, we perform that one Nema. When it comes to other activities, we perform that one Nema. All will not be politics, and everybody can take their side. At the end of the day, we'll see one another outside there. We know how greet one another. We know how cherish one another. So that's why I try to acknowledge people about that. My question to Mr. Corden is, Mr. Corden, once upon a time, the vice president pronounced a feast of Senator Johnson. And he said, we'll be having feast of Senator Johnson from district to district. That will be November 8, 2027. He said, begin from November 28. What is the preparation since he make that pronouncement? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. So Eddie, you can respond to that, and we go to Mr. Mafasin to ask his question. I mean, Yilese, and after Yilese, Mr. Mafasin.
So by the time we get to November, you will know. You can rest assured there's one thing Nimbayans. Yes, we can always do. That would be the honoring of the late Senator Prince Yomi Johnson. And we are committed to that. It got nothing to do with Kun being a vice president or not being a vice president. We just believe that the role Senator Johnson played in the lives of he, Kun, and many different Nimbayans. The time we will reach out to all of you, including the ones in diaspora, to make your contribution or be whatever way you can be a part of that particular event. And it is some of us hope that those kind of things will continue even after, so that it can teach generation to come that it is better for you to sacrifice. When you sacrifice for the people, they are rewarded. Even if you die, they will still reward you.
Thank you, Chief. Let's hear you now.
Thank you, John. Let me say good evening, and good evening to our studio guest, Mr. Corden. How you doing?
I'm fine, Mr. Bar. I trust you're doing good too.
Hopefully, we'll hear in Trump country. Uh, I'm taking you back. My question is very simple. You've been a very young and energetic guy from the District 3 belt. I want to know what are your intentions when it comes to District 3?
What are my intentions when it comes to what? Please.
District 3. Political ambition for District 3.
Be clear.
So for right now, I do not have ambition. I support the current representative there. We work together very dearly. By the way, I spoke to him the last time about some rules in electoral district 3, especially in the Zor region. That's like the rule coming from Guaguatu, then from Pule to Guaguatu to Year Play to Canterbury. He has graciously agreed for us to work together beginning in November for us to get it done. So in terms of politics, I mean, as to maybe running or so, I don't have that on my plate right now.
Okay. The other one has to do with the work relationship with the workers within the VP office. You have myself, including the public, want to know what is the typical work, what are your typical job over there? Because most of the time we see that a lot of people complain, which others have spoke about earlier. And the procedure, if somebody comes to the honorable office, who is the first person that come in contact with said guest?
You mean each of us work?
Who is the immediate person that will first meet the guest whenever somebody visits the honorable office?
So they get a department of protocol. The protocol controls the vice president movement. In fact, by the way, is a protocol that dictates many days, what time, who or he will meet, and everything. So they get a department of protocol that consists of a whole lot of people, most of whom are from Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Okay. You know, the reason I ask those questions is that of recent we've been social media and other platforms have been flooded with complaints that the honorable circle, the inner circle, are the one causing the problem and all the chaos about him being not open to other people. That's what brought the question to mind. But it's good to know that there are protocol teams who are assigned those jobs. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Maverson, over to you now, Chief.
Why you want to ask me about my ruling edition number 5 just ended by election?
No,
DK,
no.
why you want to ask that question?
But my man, that one is clear now.
You DK, you are accusing me. Wow, yeah, you can't ask the other question.
All right, let me ask you the question now.
No.
That be my only time.
We're asking.
Away from our my boss,
So you want question on District 5, Edwin?
No, so that DK specifically I'm talking to because
no, my question was not for you, Edwin. You I said the district 5 thing that VP Kun. How come after you go? VP Kun was the one.
All right.
He had me
he doesn't accusing the wrong person.
Yeah, okay. My boss, go ahead. They begin looking for trouble.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Edwin. Over the years, I followed you, and you've proven to be one of the emerging young leaders who is so smart and very bright at what you do, and I give it to you for that.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
one of the things that I will not be asking questions. I just want to advance something that you can add to your ideas. In 2017, one of the things we did in our politicking that didn't go well with the Unity Party, and the CDC defeated the Unity Party, was separating the office of the vice president and the president. When there are complaints on negative things, it's attributed to the president. And when there are complaints on positive things, or when there are commendation, then we want the vice president to be a part of the whole. The fact remains that the vice president, the president were elected on a ticket. So you treat them as a unit. And to say the vice president do not have a job and I wish he has a job, that sounds so somehow sarcastic, because we were electing a ticket that should be accountable to us. And again, to
For
say,
the record, hold on 1 minute for the record.
Mhm.
I said the vice president does not have an appointment power, because in Liberia, appointment power that one person get it is the president.
All
Thank you.
right, coming now. I come to say we have to be grateful because 50 job has been given to Nimbayan. I see that as a disservice again, because the reason for which Nimbayans queue to make sure that this government is born is for the dividend that comes with it. If you check the vote statistics, you cannot compare the vote from Nima to that of the vote from Lofa. In fact, Lofa, where the president comes from, the vote was so much fragmented. And it was Nimba that created the government of the day. Now, if you are a good statistician who have been checking to know the appointment in Nimba thus far, then you should be able to tell us the appointment in Lofa, and let's match it. And then let's look at the vote statistics. So we should not be the one to blow the trumpet for the honored, serving of the Nima people. That would be wrong. Because I know tomorrow another election will come. You don't have appointing power. One of the things that we celebrated you to be the number 2 on the ticket is because we believe in your influence, that you are there to win for us. But you say and say, I don't have the appointing power. One person had it constitutionally, but yet you are part of the ticket. I think there should be a more relaxing way to approach some of these things so as to put the minds of our people at ease. Then it will give us the face to continue to maintain and work together as a community to be able to get what we're supposed to get. You cannot divorce the vice president from the appointments that is in NIMBA. Now, check the statistic. Look at NIMBA as a community. I don't think Boakai as a person is the one who knows NIMBA so much and making all the determination. Look at Buyao. Look at Sacred Mine District. That's where the vast majority of the vote came from, both first round, second round. And look at where the appointment is concentrated. So there are things that we need to be.
Thank you for coming. Talk for us.
Yeah, there are things that we should be.
My last question, I want my message.
There are things that we should be very pragmatic about, and we who are with our bosses, we should be able to streamline things. We should drive what the outsiders are saying or what the communities is saying. And when we are on a table at our good time and tell the boss, these are some of the things that, or some of the information that are coming from out there, we need to address it. But when we wear the jacket the defensive jacket to defend everything, to make everything look good, to take all the blame, we took all the blames and gave it to Ellen. But the people were watching, they were looking. They saw what was going on. And they knew Boakai was part of the whole. So that blinking didn't help us. So you are one of the young guy that I respect so much, and I want you to keep on playing. I mean, the way you remain very accessible to your colleagues and to other people, I want you to remain very accessible. And beyond being accessible, I want you to be the ears of the community and be able to sit with your chief and tell him some of the things. Because there will come a time, the way you guys would play the game will make 2029 campaign difficult for all of us. Because the time is coming when all of us will be in the field again talking to our people. And the excesses that will be created will make the game difficult for us. So that's the only thing I want to say, at least to add to your idea. Continue to be accessible. That's very good of you. I give that to you and I appreciate you for that. More to being accessible. Make sure be within the communities, listen to the concerns of the communities, elevate it to the table. Because not many of us will be near the table. Not many of us will reach the table. But for the fact that we can reach people like you, we reach Prince, we reach the rest of the guys, we feel that whatever little concerns we have is being elevated to the table. I think that would be a good thing. That would be a good way to go. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I do accept you. You are right. I think you made a very salient point, and I know my people Avi would have asked that question about Booyah.
Yeah.
Again, my point of saying Nimba has 50 was not comparing Nimba or the appointment to any county different or something that we are so complacent that 50 appointments is much for us now. I was equally wanted to say in a post-war Liberia.
And we're not appreciate Boaka for that. We work for that.
Yeah. So we appreciate the president and thank you. You've given some of our people their job, but we still get a lot.
You know, my boss in every day
And to let the vice president, let me come there quickly. To let the vice president to know, because I mean he too is a human being. And we are all human beings. What we're doing as an office is to make sure all the appointments from NIMBA, we release them and list the places they come from and know where else we have not gotten recommendation from. Like you said, anything the president does, like Bumpo will say, but our two person, president and one president will put there for that true. So he too, who comes from NIMBA, is also good. We let him to know, and that's our work. Our work is to let him know that, Chief, though we can appreciate it, we appreciate the president any day and every day for the appointments he's giving to our brothers and sisters from our county. But we equally think that this other region, with statistics we have, we can get people from this place here.
Right.
And some of our work that we've always been doing behind the scene, sometimes some of our even strong business people, and different people, some of them we reach out, we have such and so issue, we're not getting to the vice president, Chief. You had your other man the last time we would say X and Y. Those are our work. And that's why some of us have made ourselves accessible and available to the public to hear exactly what are people saying there, because so most of the places I can go, the vice president will not go there again. The thing I can hear, you will not hear them again. And it's difficult for everybody to reach out to him. You check his WhatsApp, you get more than 5,000 unread messages. He will never read everything. But if I hear it, I take it to him, Chief. With what we've done, I think it's also good we do it this way. The people are saying it like this. The one that in his closet or that in his authority to make that decision, he make a decision. The ones that he has to carry to his boss, he will carry to his boss. But again, I was just being grateful to the president that in the post-war Liberia, at least we have the number that we currently have. And any day, if anybody asks me, I'll be grateful to him. And also ask him for more. Because I was taught to tell people thank you when they do small things for me, so you can encourage them to do more for me. It is in that context.
Thank you so much. Before we go to the CEO and we comes to you for your parting comment, since the demise of Senator Prince Johnson, his university in Ganta have been closed. Now the public look up to you and your boss man for that university to be fully functional. What are plans for the university for students to re-enroll to continue their education at the university?
So I believe and I know there are plans to open it, but there are a few things we got to take first with that university. Number one, it is a private entity.
Private. Well,
And because it's a private entity that people own it, some people have ownership. Prince Johnson and his family had that ownership first. What the university was getting from the government was subsidy, and I know the family will subsequently make a decision as to how to run the university. So when that decision is made by the family, then government, whether it that Kun personally, because Kun as Jeremiah Kun alone, he cannot just make a decision for the Prince Johnson's family. He was a political son. He means he is a political son to the late senator. And any conversation I get to do with this late senator, private property, he has like his house, his school, and everything. The family got to first make a decision. While it is true that he, as Kun, he will be working with the family for them to make the decision. So I know the family will be making a decision very soon so that they can either open the school or whatever the thing they will do with it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Before we take leave of you, let's hear from the CEO shortly.
Yeah, Edwin, you done a really great job. I never overlooked what you were capable of doing. You did extremely well. You felt at home. You felt comfortable. You answered a lot of questions, a lot of critical questions. No one can underscore your position. I mean, you are the special aide to the sitting vice president of a nation, very young, and you are on a platform that has over 3,000 people viewing, and you are answering questions, even though there are some questions DKs want you to answer, and you are answering it very, very meticulously. I really enjoyed you tonight. You did extremely well. We want you to go and convey the message to the VP, to the folks in his office, to other people there that this platform is for all of us. We are all Nimbayans. We are working on. You and I got very special history, about that, going back to BKS radio in Butua. So we are not against anyone. We have this for every one of us. So extend our invitation to your colleagues in the office there or anywhere in Nimba to come and push our platform. It's for Nimba, it's for all of us. To add to DK's point and also add to Marvel's point, I don't want you to speak to this, but this is a message that I'm giving to you from the people of Booyah. I'm a Booyah man, so I will speak as a Booyah man here. So our people, the only person we had there that was like in there was the Papa Anthony So. He's no longer there. We are asking to see if there's a way that we can reap some type of dividend of the vote that we provided to the current ruling party. Booyah is underrepresented. There's no question about that. So I know we talked about it. You already know about it. Victor was here the last time. He said something about it too. You guys are working behind the scene, and we appreciate that. But our people are also listening. But again, it has been a great show. Thank you so much. Don't be a stranger, man. Come on here anytime. You have given us a lot of views. You're a young man, a great future, a lot ahead of you, and young people follow you a lot. So thank you so much for coming, and we look forward to hosting you back here anytime soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So you wanted me to?
Yeah, thank you
I
so
did not
much.
forget about the previous conversation with him. So before you forget, just a reminder.
That meant
Okay.
It's not Ministry of Finance. The other money
I
building
will,
enough.
I will talk to Edwin. I will talk to Edwin, and Edwin will take care of that thing today.
All right. You know how the money man on this
You
platform.
don't sort of talk to Edwin beyond the house. You
Yeah.
can talk to everybody on here. So that
You know,
say the thing you want to say right here.
DK have a son for them. So DK will make a decision for us.
So, Jonathan, right, Edwin?
Yes,
let me make some clarity before you close on having things. Those people from your there, Prince Johnson daughter, assistant minister to labor. That thing you're doing to her, you're not giving nothing to Yao Ali. You and your boss man, you're make cutter. Somebody come from Ali. You told one person from Nikwa and made them representative. We from Yao. And my issue is tell the vice president and say DKC. Thankfully that man know that all of them know that that excuse he giving that I not get appointing power. that they vote for Nima. We voted him because we trusted him to tell Baraka say that they vote for Nima, brought you to their position. The people there harassing me, they causing trouble for me. One boy in America, they got DK, he can be saying now on our show, talking PPT there about me all the time. I'm not taking care of people. Tell a message to him. That SQ Kun is giving us is poor. We need all the job. That our job match with what they are giving to Lofa. They are not been a vote for Nima. Kun and Baga are not going to be anything.
There's no Kun and Baga.
We are then chasing you. The job we are then chasing you because the job we are then money you took from them. You not support them. You want to be chasing
All right.
all over the play. Yeah.
Thank you, DK. Thank you. Man. We like class over there. Thank you.
So I think it was a great show. It is always. I've been following. And I like the fact that, I mean, nobody will look at the show and say it's something that they targeting somebody else. So, no. I don't think that's why it is. And I will even encourage. I hear myself.
Yeah, somebody got to meet themselves.
I will even encourage, to some extent, for the panelists to be as critical as possible. And the reason is, so the government is sitting down. Everything's okay. We're moving. We can be following these different shows to know the side that other people outside can see that we are not seeing. It is on that note. So let's say, for example, if anybody has problem with me, apparently maybe you don't have the means to reach out to me, for example, and you come on the show, you say, hey, once I listen to it and know that this one is something that's supposed to change from. Because I'm a human being and serving we're talking about here. So it's good for you to be as critical as possible so that it can help all of us to change. And the change is going to be in the interest of our people. It's going to be in the interest of the country. And that's why I believe that we can do that. Because I cannot be accessible to everybody at the same time. But it's kind of show. Somebody will call you and tell you, say, my man, they were talking so and so thing about your boss man on the show, or they said so and so thing about you. What is it like? Then you look at it and know that, okay, this one is not right or this one is right. Those some of it can just be vague allegations that somebody will just send out. But I think those of you on the show, make it as balanced as possible. Be as critical as possible that you think you can be. And I think it's going to be good. That you have a show that our people way maybe in Mutu and interpreter are going to be listening, or they are listening. I think it's a good thing for all of us to work together on it. Again, I'm available to anybody. The role we play, we are message conveyor. That the me role we play in the staff to all these big people, because your boss man does not have that authority or that opportunity again to move everywhere, and you can do. We go and hear it and tell them the one they're supposed to make immediate decision of, they make the decision. That's why we are here. So again, it was a great show. My father, DK, is here. DK has a son called Corden. He named his son after me, Corden. So in terms of whatever we will do to help the show to go far, Corden will make that decision. Corden father will make that decision. That's why as soon as I always say that me will make that decision. So my bag can be here again. I'll be talking all kind of BBT there. This and that.
No, I tell you what to see away. I see away.
We're not doing anything.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Not money, man. You don't know about money.
I tell you what to see away.
DK, you sacrifice your son.
My pie escaped from me. I didn't see. Okay.
All right, thank you. Edwin, I will call you right away. But the best person to call is Shadra. You know, Shadra is on ground, so Shadra is our contact man on ground. You call Shadra now, he will give you the detail. Then for the VP man here. Now why you can't accuse her? The VP on the best man saying now on this show. Yeah, when we're 13 years, he not agree with it. He can be causing us.
The man be getting fat.
The VP best man here.
So you want me to talk about what we're supposed to do? You want to talk to us as head of the family?
I'm saying right.
Yeah.
Carry my inbox. I want to say
okay, no problem. You're here for my boss.
DK, I will twofold. That your blind tea will not work here tonight. Nobody doing blind here. That man say what you want to say.
Okay. Edwin, a politician. Edwin,
My
Edwin, I
father
beg
talk
you.
for
No, Edwin, I beg you. Just stay on the show 1 minute. All those in favor of Edwin speaking here say yay.
Yeah, my hand.
the
All
man
those
father
in
go
favor of
dance
Edwin.
today.
Oh, we'll do it, Joe. I think that's something I'm going to do it behind the house.
John, that go ahead, just fun.
Yeah, I agree with DK. We ain't
Thank
saying
you,
anything here. I can be that disrespectful to my father.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay,
Okay,
thank
no
you.
problem.
Thank you,
Thank you,
go.
thank you for being here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, brother.
Wow, it was a great show, and I think all of you listened to Edwin. So let's go around usually with our analysis and then the parting comment. Like if we can do that in maybe 2 minutes.
Gio, cannot do that before I leave. I want to appreciate Marcosin. I called somebody on the same thing we're discussing now, and they said Marcosin reached out to them. Meaning, even when he's not on the show, he then making similar attempt. So I want to appreciate him for that. And all of us here, let's do that, Cedric.
But the man show, you can't tell the man thank you for bringing up someone on your own show.
You
They can have,
you
they can
can
do it.
get the man not equal. That's because the man,
Yeah.
Huh?
They can hurt when you interrupting people.
So they can really have my boy talking to
Yeah.
here will say that they won't get more.
Y'all know they think they can't hear me. Y'all know they think they can't hear me. I'm so good. So that tend to see what they give update for this week. That's my only thing. That tend to see what they before we do. So they give updates and we still have people following up in good number.
Me?
Yes. Who are we having tomorrow?
Okay.
The following day?
Yeah, tomorrow, hopefully we have on our Gombo Kagon. You know, the last time when he came, his network was very bad, so we could not really exhaust the topic. And then hopefully by next week, we announce to the public tomorrow we might have on our naked gay, that of Jan Flomo and that of Chairman Moluba Molu over the weekend in between. The chairman of stands can guarantee that you appear before the week ends. So at that point, we get a lot. And, you know, but for tomorrow, we finalize who will appear on Monday and Tuesday, hopefully. But we'll have Chairman Molu appearing next week. And we'll have on our naked gay also, on our young Flomo and the rest of the team. Thank you.
Thank you.
You gotta give me one. Now me talk on here.
You brought somebody here that I never want to correct. I met bro Sapisi here and never want to correct.
That is a lot of people that are putting it through.
They can talk all kind of things.
You see what happened, sir? You see what happened? What the man did? The man came by the next day when we were expecting Honorable Nyonkwe, who couldn't appear because we were in Gipo. And that man came back and gave a lot of views. You too short, so you can forget.
All right. So who we got next? John sleeping?
The noise we made today in the video club, my whole here now.
Okay, now I can have him. You follow Chelsea, but
yeah. Anyways, I think we can go to CIWT next. After that, we'll go to Shadrach, and then veteran Matheson and Lorena, and then the reserve deacon will take us home.
my man, I like deacon. I know why you came from where you deacon thing. I like deacon. Oh, yeah, reserve deacon. I mean, reserve deacon.
Yeah, thank you, Gian. I mean, tonight was a good show. And, you know, Edwin is one person we've come from a very long way. And he come from a humble beginning. And his story is, you know, inspiration to many.
I mean, when somebody come from, go out to wait. See how they hold on. So, Shadrach, my son gave me an announcement. You should call him right away. So, see how they will get good news. Shadrach call them right away. See how they go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I knew that Edwin, you know, we the financial people, we don't have, when it comes to contribution, we go straight to the neck. So once the people come, we got to get it off. So, I mean, the show was good. And like Edwin said, he was speaking in his capacity. and as a staffer in the office of the vice president, that was very important. And those offices they occupy in the office of the vice president is a political office. They are not running your birthdays or inland mission. So once you are in public space, people will discuss you, people will analyze, and citizens will make their view. So people who feel that maybe having conversations surrounding that, I think is important. And they are the liaison between the citizens and that of the office of the vice president. So many times we have other, conversation. Like to close, I was also, going to ask Edwin regarding the office of the vice president in terms of a role on appointment because in 2017, like the big brother said, that was one of our key challenge. When most of the conversation we had, we brought a good picture, to the vice president, and then when it comes to the other side, we say, oh no, he didn't have, the appointing power or the authority to make that decision. So, I mean, that's why it's important to remind them so that they will keep being reminded to, make that decision that will affect us positively. So, Gian, thank you, and CEO, and people are marvel seeing everyone on the show and people in Radio Land. I think it was actually a good show, and we hope to be back tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we can see all at Stanford Bridge.
Yeah.
Y'all can see all at Stanford Bridge.
My man, make up, man. Take it, my
Lead them. Lead them. Shout out, let's hear you, Chief.
They fuck out today, man. You can kick cow and kick, they can't kill right, I can kick cow, yo.
Now, CEO, whole world champion.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Junior, and thanks to everybody who spoke. It was a great time with our brother Edwin. I want to say thanks to everybody for the critical question. Let everyone know advice that he will be accessible to everybody. He's a young man, so let him keep doing good and even do more than that. So somebody will get praising because I already know how he takes somebody to be. In the first place, he just calls him my name, calling people all the time. So it's a respectful child. I like a business and attitude. Let him continue. Let me say this to my other little brother who is called and made a point of Yeke. Anything he says, I would say, you're sorry. Maybe he not follow the show all the time to follow our conversation. So maybe the component he got, that's what you're speaking about. But again, you're sorry. I think actually not be fair to the platform. We all discuss here and balance our equation. So nobody against anybody. Like DK we always say, I think the vice president office and all of the Republican plenty people on the show money and all of the opposition. But you say that we are XYZ, no, I disagree. If a little people I disagree. So thank you so much for the time. It was a great show, Gino. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shadrach. Veteran Matheson, let's hear you, Chief.
All right, thank you. It's always been a great show. Sorry for coming late. Today my wife's birthday, so I had some.
Why the cake? Yes, Martina.
Why you could not send a photo so we can at least when you're here we post and just happy birthday.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is I have to drive out to work and can't sleep alone today or birthday. So that is America for you. It was actually a great show. I have never doubted Edwin's ability, and I mean the young guys who are managing the vice president office, the Edwin, the Prince Blue, they've all proven exceptional abilities, and that's great for their ages and the responsibilities. And I encourage them to keep doing their best. Our role is reach out to them where we see wrong. We let them know. But when it comes to this platform, we are building reputation, we're building integrity. When we come here, we come to discuss national, local, international issues. And so, irrespective of our connection and association, we will be very much, critical to the point and be very much independent in our thoughts and in our analysis to the issue. We're not going to weigh in, as a partisan person on this platform. We will not do that because we are here to do a piece of work for the BKS show, and that work is information dissemination, and we will want to disseminate the rightful information to the best of our ability. And if that will be equated to being against someone as this demonstrated, then so be it. The fact remains, someone is man on their own, they run their own affairs. Likewise, some of us. So we're not going to bury that level of independence only because we want to be or we want to sound sycophancy. That is wrong. It has never helped our community and it will never help our community. So we urge everyone to be very much fair in their judgment, in their analysis, in their discussion. When it is time for politics, I think everybody know my side, and I'm going to be there debating my side to the core because I know that's time for politics. But when it comes to this show, we have to establish some grand rules that we will live by, that will be accounted and accredited to this show so that our listening audience can get to respect the show and follow us. That's the main reason this platform was created. We're not going to sugarcoat. We'll be very brutal to the truth and to the truth alone. So we want to say thank you, moderator. As day goes on, you continue to maximize your craft to the best possible abilities you can, and I appreciate you for that. And I want to say thank you to all of us panelists who always show up regardless of our busy schedules and activities, always come to making sure that the work this platform has is done and done to the best. It was a good show. It will always be a good show as long as June is in charge. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. I'm flattered. I'm flabbergasted. We from how you call him? Having we said
The
angle.
Sacrament tree.
Yeah. We are the tabula rasas. Lorena, take us home. Let's hear you, man.
Okay, thank you, June. Thank you to all the panelists. Thanks to our followers and our listeners in Radio Land. And thanks to our guest for taking off his time to appear on the show. And as always, it was a good show. It was relaxed. And we were respectful as panelists. As always, we have been respectful to all our guests, whether we agree or disagree with them. Like everyone else has said, the call from Yeke, I don't know what pushed him. Apparently, tonight was the first time listening to the show or following the show. So maybe he was speaking from just that background. And the thing about Nima is that it's not like we are Nima is a baby that when it cry, the mother has to, quickly check to see what's the demand of the child at the time. So now because the issue of method came out today, we should put aside everything and talk about arsenal method. And like he said, and today was the first time to even comment on the issue of arsenal method. We being the issue of arsenal method, we are protesters. So if you just come today and want to just do it as you want, I think that was unfair. But other than that, it was a good show, and I would suggest that maybe we can bring, because with all the issue of employment, the issue of people going to see the vice president, some people say don't see the vice president and vice president don't see these people. So maybe we can also try to bring in the chief of office staff. We can reach out to him to see if he has time to appear on the show. But I can say that the platform is growing, and I will encourage us, whether for or against the government, to ask very critical questions. And even we see it, let us say, we are the real,
God.
so that the one thing of the day will be you'll be showing somebody's picture.
My brother will beat them to do. Will beat them
So,
mercifully.
so for or against, let us ask very tough questions. And there are some things
I bleed you. Just
that
again,
that, that
what I get on us.
some things are go, some things some things happen in the government. Let's be able to ask our guests, especially when they are, official of the government, regardless what level. Let ask those questions, and let's keep setting our platform. Life is not how long you live it; it's how well you live it. We will be surprised that we will surpass many other platforms because we are respectful. That's one thing. One big person told me. He said the reason I like your show, I can my time on it, is because you're respectful. Somebody is talking, you disagree with the person, but you're respectfully ask the person question. Unless, and which is true, unless other platform, my second be getting if you want to listen to other platform, how to talk to guests, like if they got actually authority what the person's like. So I would want to be the way. Anytime TK is no time taking payment, let's say anytime you forget, you want to talk to them.
And then the funny thing, I go cut him off today in the main verse. I said, oh, I never knew the head of it. When people talking, you just jump. Man. When they do the
Yeah.
beat.
So, veteran, my first is send a madam picture to host so that he can post on behalf of the platform, yeah, so we can wish her happy birthday.
Your birthday?
Yeah, like what you said.
Yeah, needed to post it and wish you happy birthday. At least that's all.
Maybe
Well,
send a picture real quick. I was in an old school, you know how to use the computer and things, man.
I know.
Yeah,
we gotta go. We gotta go. It has been a wonderful show.
We will put it out tomorrow. Me and Larry not the same.
Okay, we'll do it tomorrow.
I want to know on the platform, but let me go offline.
Larry, I'm my old man, but we're not the same.
Yeah, Jay can end the show.
Yeah, I want to appreciate all of you for being here, and thank you to all of our followers for following us today, and those of you too who make your call show. Like I say, thank you ever so much for being here tonight. Hopefully tomorrow we're going to be here by the grace of God, so that we can continue with the discussion. Good luck to Manchester United. See you at
Man, wait, man. What kind of bull? After 10 years, they beat one game. After 10 years, they beat one game. What kind of bull?
They can't get Rodney. Okay, card will know Chelsea today.